Sure. Yeah, and it's only for the pain.
Right, I understand. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
I give you what I can, but I ain't got much.
It's only color.
What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Well, as you can see, we're waiting on President Trump. He is to be signing an executive order any moment now. I'm watching Right Side Broadcasting. I gotta fix this.
No, because
Location text really quick.
good chance of that.
There we go. Anyways, like I said, just waiting for President Trump to show up, and while we're doing that, we can go ahead and read through the schedule really quick.
But I
Get this fixed. Just one sec. I should have did this before, but you know how things go. This ain't your first day.
better on this surface than on that.
Alright. Like I said, we're going to read through the schedule, and we're just hanging out waiting for President Trump. So after covering this live, we'll be starting off with a video titled U.S. Postal Service Suspends Incoming Parcels from China. So if you got anything from Temu or whatever on the way, there's a good chance you're not going to receive it. Then we got a video titled Families and Doctors Sue Over Trump's Order to Halt Funding for Gender-Affirming Care. Lefties that cut themselves up are really mad. Then we have two videos from yesterday, President Trump signing executive orders. We actually were trying to go live and cover that, but it was another instance where it did not go live. And then all of a sudden everyone put out pre-recorded videos, and I didn't realize it till last night. So we're going to cover yesterday's executive orders. Miss Caroline Levitt right there, I'm pretty sure. Then we got a video titled El Salvador offers to jail criminals deported from the U.S., and they got one of those hardcore prisons over there, so the border crossers, they ain't gonna like that. Then we got a video titled FBI agents are suing Trump's DOJ efforts to examine J6 events. Apparently, FBI agents were told that if they were a part of J6, they need to write statements about what their job duties were while they were doing the thing on J6. Well, they don't want to admit what they were doing, so they're trying to sue President Trump and well, delay. And we'll see how that turns out. Then we got a video titled, I've left instructions, says President Trump. This is also from yesterday, saying if something bad was to happen to him, the White House already has instructions on how to handle that situation. Then we got an interesting video. It's a very short one. It's titled, Joe Biden signs with Hollywood Talent Agency. Now, I don't know what kind of movies or TV shows they're going to stick Old Man Walter in. I'm not even sure that that's the case, but they also mentioned that Barack Obama and Michael Obama, they both did the same thing. They both left the White House and then got involved with this very same talent agency. So I'm wondering if there's some money laundering going on there or something like that. Then we got a stupid video titled 50-51 Movement Protest Gathers in St. Paul Against Project 2025, Trump Executive Orders. So apparently the 50-51 movement is 50 protests in 50 states on one day. And today is the day. So there's a bunch of people out there protesting, which is their constitutional right. The problem is that they're so damn stupid. Their signs say stuff like Stop Trump's Project 2025 and things like that. And like they're not even doing Project 2025. So these people are just poorly informed and, well, loud and stupid at the same time. So we got a video of that. There is protesters live right now, but they ain't doing anything but just standing around smelling like shit with signs that really don't send any kind of message. So I figured we'd just grab a video on it. Then we got Chuck Schumer, real butthurt. It's titled, Schumer details legislation to stop unlawful meddling by DOGE and special government employees. Schumer's trying to stand in the way of what DOGE does because, well, he's butthurt. Then we got video fear-mongering the normies about DOGE. It's titled Concern Over DOGE Stopping Social Security and Medicare Payments. So the news is telling the normies that that's what DOGE is going to do. They're going to cut off your Social Security and your Medicare, and they're going to just screw you over because that's what DOGE is for. Like I said, fear-mongering. Then we got video titled Second Federal Judge Puts Trump's Birthright Citizenship Executive Order on Hold. There was like 22 or 23 states that all got together and tried to stand against the birthright citizenship. This is kind of a follow-up to that. We haven't really covered it yet, so maybe this is like the initial video. But either way, they're all pissed about birthright citizenship being ended. Then the last little bit of our news is titled Trump Administration Offering CIA Buyouts. It kind of seems like he's going to eliminate the CIA. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what's happening, but the whole force was put on notice. They're offered the same thing as all the other federal workers we've been covering all week. They have an option to take a settlement pay or whatever to leave if they resign. There's some due date, and I think they mentioned it in the video, but I can't remember off the top of my head. If they don't make it to the due date, they could just be laid off without pay or anything like that. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. I got a package here that was sent to me by Hair Juicer. I don't know what's in it yet, but we're all going to find out together. Then, of course, we're going to open the chapstick because Josh1776 sent me a pack of 12 days of chapstick. It's like an advent calendar, and we've been 6 days in, I think. So we'll crack open a chapstick. Then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled Ladies Love Conspiracies. And then our official funny video of the day is titled All Boobs Matter. Good stuff. Like I said, we're sitting here waiting on President Trump to show up. He's supposed to be signing executive orders. It was supposed to take place at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's now 3:38. No big deal. We'll go ahead and read through the chat really quick. I think we've been waiting too long for me to actually read all the way through the chat, but we'll give it a go. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Sam? What's up, Zero? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Matt? What's up, Snooks? What's up, you Hill? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Kung Fu, you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat, Kung Fu. What's up, Mr. Binu? What's up, Sawdog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pumpkin? Let me see here. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Grind? What's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, K Hearts? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Neighbor Guy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lifelike? Appreciate you being with us. What's up, H Bick? Appreciate you sliding through. What's up, Tree Herder? What's up, Fitzy? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. Scrolling through. You hooligans are welcome to hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page before President Trump shows up. Oh, it looks like it's about that time. Do I got the TV muted? I do. I couldn't tell if the volume was rolling. Hold on.
President of the United States.
Ooh, it's go time. Hit that like button if you got a like button. Pretty much over there on CommieTube as well as Rumble. Grab the link for whatever platform you're currently watching right now. Go share that out on your social media. That way everyone can hear from the president.
This is a nice crowd, isn't it, huh? You've been waiting a long time for this. Yeah. So have I. Actually, it was so ridiculous. But here we are. And this doesn't have to be long. It's just all about common sense. Doesn't have to be long. In a few moments, I'll sign a historic executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports. It's about time.
Huge.
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women. But before going further, I want to share some very exciting news from our military. After years of shrinking force numbers at levels that nobody has ever seen before, 4 years of this we went through, and missed recruiting targets every single month. It was just announced that in December, the U.S. Army had its single best recruitment in more than 15 years. Every single day, nearly 350 new soldiers enlisted to defend our nation, and they're very, very happy to have done so. We've done lots of interviews, and we asked why this was taking place now, and they just said there's a spirit about our country that they haven't seen in many, many years, and I happen to agree with that. But it really is clear proof that the spirit is sweeping our armed forces, and we have a great leader in Pete. As you know, we all know Pete so well. He's going to be fantastic, and so many of our great heroes, and people are starting to understand what hero is all about. So that is something that is very important. We've gotten the woke lunacy out of our military. And now we're very importantly getting it out of women's sports. That's taking place very strongly. So in recent years, the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the very concept of biological sex and replace it with a militant transgender ideology. You've heard a little bit about this, haven't you, huh? Just a little bit? Does anybody agree with them? No. Would be not a good thing to say yes right here. Female athletes have been forced onto the front lines, and men claiming to be girls have stolen more than 3,500 victories, that's a lot, and invaded more than 11,000 competitions designed for women. Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona Trail Race, a very big deal in cycling, and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it, huh? 5.5 hours, but you have to hear the weightlifting records. You think that's bad. The weightlifting's worse. In 2023, a man in women's powerlifting broke 2 world records and outlifted his closest female opponent in one event by 440 pounds. And they continue to defend themselves. Mr. Congressman, you know that, right? They continue to defend themselves. We hope they continue onward because I don't think we can lose a race. This was one of the big reasons that we all won, and it's one of the big reasons that we had a record, a landslide like they haven't seen before, very often anyway. And who could forget last year's Paris Olympics where a male boxer stole the women's gold medal after brutalizing his female opponent so viciously that she had to forfeit just after 46 seconds, and she was a championship fighter. And actually, they had 2 women or 2 people that transitioned, and both of them won gold medals, and they won them very convincingly. But all of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
Huge.
Thank you, everybody. Right. It should have been done long ago, actually. Thank you. Thank you very much. With my action this afternoon, we're putting every school receiving taxpayer dollars on notice that if you let men take over women's sports teams or invade your locker rooms, you will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding. There will be no federal funding. So this will effectively end the attack on female athletes at public K-12 schools and virtually all U.S. colleges and universities. I don't think we've missed anything, but if we do, we'll make it up very quickly with an order, and I don't think we will at all. I want to, before we go on, I want to thank so many people that have worked so hard in the political establishment, and they're before me largely, and I think I'm going to miss a few. It always happens when you do this, but it's just one of those things. But we have many senators here, many governors here, many state attorneys generals here. They're all over the place, actually, I see. Some of them went after me, but they failed. And they're really friends, and they're friends of women's sports, that I can tell you. So Senator Marsha Blackburn, where's Marsha? Hi. Senator Katie Britt. Thank you, Katie. Mike Lee, where's Mike? Mike. I love his new haircut. I love that haircut, Mike. He just said the hell with it, right? I think you look great. Senator Cynthia Loomis. Cynthia, where are you? Cynthia, hi, Cynthia. Doing a good job. And Roger Marshall. Thank you, Roger. Great. Mark Wayne Mullen, Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I don't know what it is, Oklahoma. I won 77 out of 77 counties. It's never been done. Second was Ronald Reagan. 56, right? Yeah. And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good. He's a good guy, too. Also, governors, we have Governor Glenn Youngkin, Virginia. Thank you, Glenn. Good job. Bill Lee of Tennessee. Bill, thank you. Jeff Landry, Louisiana. Thank you, Jeff. Kim Reynolds of Iowa. Thank you. We're trying to move, education back to the states. You do know that. We're making a big move, and we're counting on Linda McMahon. And sitting next to you is the new Star is Born. Caroline, congratulations. You've done great. New Star. Star is Born. Patrick Morrissey. Patrick, congratulations. Great race. A great friend of mine, and he's really helped us at the border, done a great job, of Texas, Greg Abbott. Thank you, Greg. Jim Pillen, where are you? Jim, very good. Very good. Are you feeling good? He had a bad fall. You doing all right, huh? Good. You look great. Brad Little. Brad, thank you, Brad. Good job. Good job. Do you like education going back to your state? You'll make it top, right? Just so people understand, in the education world, we're ranked very, very poorly. We're 38, 39, and 40 out of 40 countries. We're at the bottom of the pack almost always, or very close to it. That just came out. We're 40 out of 40. And if we move it back to the states, I will guarantee you that if you take Idaho, you take Iowa, you take almost any of the states that I'm looking at right now, they'll be as good as Norway. You have Sweden, you have Denmark. I must say you have China that's very high in the pack, which is no longer, we can say it has to be a small area. China is very big, but they do a very good job. But we'll have at least 35 of our states that will be as good or better than any of those countries, and we have to get it done. Attorney General Steve Marshall. Steve, thank you very much. Steve, wherever you may be. General Tim Griffin. Thank you. Thank you. A person who was so wonderful, Brenna Bird, where are you? Brenna Bird. Thank you. She supported me before people wanted to support me, right, Brenna? Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciated it. Andrew Bailey, great job. Where's Andrew? Great. Stand up, Andrew. One of the great attorney generals. Thank you very much. One of the greats, really. And Jason Miaris. Thanks, Jason. And now we get back to our members of Congress, and we'll go quickly, but it's a great group of people. Steve Scalise is right in front here. What a brave guy Steve is. Steve went through a lot, and he proved one thing to me, only one thing, that his wife loved him. His wife loves him because I went to the hospital that night, and he was not given even a shot, right, Mike? And I was with him, and I was with his wife, and she was devastated. She was really devastated. And I've been to, similar situations, not quite as bad, but the wives were not so devastated. And I can tell you that great wife of yours loves you. So anyway, and what you've done is incredible. The way you've come back, it's you look better now than you did before it happened. But nobody wants to go through that. Yeah, it's amazing. Tom Emmer doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Tom. Great job. Lisa McLean. Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi. Good job. Virginia Fox. Hi, Virginia. Tim Wahlberg, Michigan. Tim, great. Jason Smith, great man on taxes. Great man on how are the taxes doing? Okay. We're going to get good things passed, I hope, right? Juan Ciscomaris, Arizona. Where are you, Juan? Hello, Juan. Stand up, Juan. You look so good. You always look good. Kevin Kiley. Kevin, wherever you may be. What happened? How come he had no applause? Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert. Very much a leader in this. Thank you, Lauren. Kat Kamek, Florida. Thank you, Kat. Byron Donalds. He's doing good. Byron's doing good. Where is he? You're doing good, Byron. Laurel Lee. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you. Great job. Anna Paulina Luna. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Greg Stubbe hit a home run wearing a Trump cap. The only one to hit a home run out of the park during your crazy baseball game, right? I think I will come. I think I'll come. If you're playing, I'll come. Somebody that's very shy. This is a very shy person, and but she's trying to break out of it. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Victoria Sparts. Thank you, Victoria. Great job. Ashley Hinson. Ashley, thank you. Marionette Miller Meeks. Good job you did. Good job. Great job. Mary Miller. Hi, Mary. Julia Letlow. Hi, Julia. Claudia Tenney from New York. Claudia. Hi, Claudia. Hi. Great job. Nicole Maliatakis. Hi, Nicole. Good. Doing good. It's a great poll with you, Nicole. Michelle Fishbach. Thank you. Great job. Ann Wagner, Missouri. Thanks. Sherry Biggs, South Carolina. Thanks, Sherry. Great job. Nancy Mace. Where's Nancy? Here's something. Oh, are you a believer in what we're doing, Nancy? Nancy takes it on right from the start, right? Would you like to say something? Would you like to say we're doing the right thing? Good. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nancy. Stephanie Bice, Oklahoma. Thanks, Stephanie. Diana Harshbarger. Thanks, Diana. Good job. Tim Burchett. Tim, I watched you on television the other day. You were unbelievable. You ripped that guy apart. Man, that poor guy, he started getting a little fresh with Tim, and Tim just ripped him apart. That was beautiful. I actually left a message. That's good. Great job, Tim. That was great. Monica De La Cruz. Monica. Great. Ronnie Jackson. Ronnie. Dr. Ronnie. He's a doctor, a great admiral, and a great congressman, right? Pretty good. He has his choice. What do you like doing best, Ronnie? That's right. Who is the healthiest patient you ever had? You know why I liked him? The fake news asked, so doctor, he had Obama, Bush, and Trump in the White House. He was the White House doctor. And they asked him, who's the healthiest of the three? He said, it's not close. It's Donald Trump. And from that moment, I love this guy. Right? Thank you, Ronnie. Wesley Hunt from Texas. Hi, Wesley. Beth Van Dyne. Beth from Texas. Thanks, Beth. Burgess Owens, a great athlete, an NFL star. Ken Kiggins from Virginia. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate it. Harriet Hageman, what a lawyer. Ooh. One of the most talented lawyers you'll ever see. What she did to her opponent was horrible. Let's see, who was her opponent? Let's see. Oh, does anybody remember her opponent? We tend to forget. We forgot that one, huh? And, you know, your speaker, I'm going to introduce him later anyway, but your speaker has been fantastic. Stand up, Mike. He's great. What a good man. A really good man. Also, some friends of ours, Sage Steele, has been very strong on the issue. Sage, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Tiffany Justice, Tina Deskovich, founders of Moms for Liberty, and they honored me, and it was a great honor. And thank you very much, both of you. Thank you. Heather Higgins, Andy Botner, Victoria Coley from Independent Women's Forum. It's a fantastic group of people that fought very hard on this issue. I think everybody in this room really fought very hard on this issue. Kim Fletcher. We know Kim. Debbie, I think Debbie's here. Crew Ledis from also Moms of America. And Penny Lance, of course, CEO of the Concerned Women for America. That is a lot of people. Thank you very much, Penny. Good job you do. That's a lot of people. Can I give here? Why don't you hold that? You sell it tonight. So, just to finish up, I'm directing the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who, by the way, is doing a fantastic job. In fact, he just left Panama. We're trying to take back the Panama Canal, little things like that. It'll all happen. But Marco is going to make clear to the International Olympic Committees there, and he's going to make it as clear as anybody can make it, that America categorically rejects transgender lunacy. We want them to change everything having to do with the Olympics and having to do with this absolutely ridiculous subject that we even have to talk about this subject. If you went back 10 years or 15 years and you would move forward and listen to this, you'd say, what the hell are they talking about? This is impossible. But you have people out there, Democrats, that are still totally in favor. They can't win the argument. They can't win a debate. They look like fools, and they continue to go on. And it's okay, because as long as they do this and open borders and all of the other things they talk about, transgender, everything, all they want to do is transgender and men playing in women's sports and all of these crazy things. And if they continue, I think we're going to end up ultimately, it's not going to matter because we're never going to go along with them, and we're just going to keep winning elections, right, Mike? So when the Olympics comes to Los Angeles, I was responsible for getting the Olympics, and I said, oh boy, this is terrible because I got the Olympics and I won't be president. And then what happened is that in an election, strange things happened in an election. So I missed 4 years, and now I have the Olympics. It was sort of circuitous. It was a circuitous situation. And we also have the World Cup coming, which is going to be fantastic. And we have, as you know, very importantly, 250 years coming. That's a big one next year, so that's a very big one. But in Los Angeles in 2028, my administration will not stand by and watch men beat and batter female athletes, and we're just not going to let it happen, and it's going to end, and it's ending right now, and nobody's going to be able to do a damn thing about it, because when I speak, we speak with authority. And for the same reason, just to make sure, I'm also directing our Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, who's also she's out there with you, Greg, a fantastic job. She's unbelievable. I was watching her riding yesterday on a horse. She was as good as anybody. She's very good. To deny any and all visa applications made by men attempting to fraudulently enter the United States while identifying themselves as women athletes, try and get into the games, maybe where they are unable to get into the games. We're honored to be joined today by many incredible advocates for women's sports, including the brave swimmer at the forefront of this battle. And Riley Gaines is a person that I've been watching. Yeah. She fought hard. Riley was a 12-time All-American. Well, that's pretty good. 12-time All-American who sacrificed countless hours in the pool just for a chance at the title. It's so important to her. She gave up everything and just gave everything she had. But then the league forced her to share a spot on the podium with a male swimmer who took her trophy while the media celebrated this stolen glory. And Riley is just a tremendous athlete, and it was a very unfair situation. I watched it. A lot of people watched it. It was ridiculous, frankly. But I want to thank Riley. She really has been in the forefront. People that aren't that well versed in this would say that she was the leader. And great job, Riley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Keep on fire!
And also with us is another great champion for women, Peyton McNabb. In high school, Peyton was a rock star athlete. Where is Peyton? Where is Peyton? I like Peyton. Nice to see you. Good job. Good job. Looks like a good athlete to me. In high school, Peyton was a rock star athlete preparing for a future in college sports, but in one volleyball match, a much taller and stronger male spiked the ball right in her face, knocking her unconscious, partially paralyzing her right side and leaving her with a traumatic brain injury. And Peyton said it was 100% avoidable if only my rights as a female athlete had been more important than a man's feelings. And we can't let it happen, and it's not going to happen. Not going to happen anymore, Peyton. It's not going to happen. Are you okay? Are you good?
I'm doing a lot better.
Good. That's good. Thank you. We're also pleased to be joined by many incredible leaders on this issue. And as I mentioned before, Speaker Mike Johnson, and he has been so strong on this issue because he's a man of common sense. I mean, it really is. It's common sense more than anything else. So, Mike, thank you. Great job. Great job in everything. He's got the easiest job of any politician in history. He's got the nicest, like 200 and almost 20. It sort of varies between, depends on how many people I take from my administration. It goes up and down a little bit, but I promised I won't take any more. I just wanted to see how good he was. I was testing you. And we have some great people, but he's filling them up rapidly. He had some big wins the other day, very big wins the other day. But you've done a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And also the dozens of members of the House and Senate and governors, attorney generals, so many people, and the people outside that can't even get in. This room is packed. And, I offered to build a ballroom. I'm very good at building ballrooms. I build beautiful ballrooms. And I actually offered to build a ballroom for the White House. I was going to build it right there. This was going to be the reception room. And then I was going to build a beautiful, beautiful ballroom like I have at Mar-a-Lago, as beautiful as it can be. It was going to cost about $100 million. I offered to do it, and I never heard back. I offered to do it to the Biden administration, very active administration, and they didn't hear back. And I said again and again, 3-4 times, I said to top people, and they just didn't know what to do. They sort of said, this is good, but they had no idea. So I'm going to try and make the offer to myself, because we could use a bigger room. Right, Marshall? We could use a bigger room. President, would you like to build? Yeah, I would. We could use at the White House. It would actually be a beautiful addition. It's going to cost nothing. I'll spend the whole thing myself. We'll do a big, beautiful room, but we could use it at the White House. You know what they do when they have a big ceremony? They put up a tent. And somehow I think we've outgrown the tent stuff, right? Don't you think? So we'll see if they can, we'll see if Trump will approve it. But the actions we're taking today are the latest in a sweeping effort to reclaim our culture and our laws from the radical left crusade against biological reality. On day one, I made it official, and I'm making it official policy of the United States government that there is, two genders. We have two genders. What might they be? Man and woman, right? Male and female. Male and female. Can't think of too many others, but it's pretty amazing. I rescinded federal funds to, and this is so important, to any program that promotes transgender ideology using taxpayer dollars. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. And last week, I effectively banned the chemical castration and surgical mutilation of minor children.
Huge.
Can you believe I even have to say that? I banned governor. I banned. It's just like, who would ever think we have to even say that? Last week, I banned. Every day, we're ending the extremism of the last 4 years. We have other things that are just as ridiculous, not having to do with the subject, but just as ridiculous. Open borders where people are allowed to pour in from all over the world, from jails and prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums, people that are very sick, people that are very evil, killers, murderers. Many of them murdered more than one person. And we have to justify the fact that we're moving them out. We are moving them out in tremendous numbers. Tom Homan and Christie are doing a fantastic job, and the governor and other governors too. But that we have to even fight for this stuff is just incredible. And the media doesn't want to talk about it because it's nothing they can talk about. It's just they just don't want to really talk very much about it. Serious problem, but we're doing a great job, and the people understand, and that's why we won in a landslide. They made it easy, and at some point, we have to hope they do come around because we can never let this happen again. What's happened to our country, we can never let this happen again. So we are restoring sanity and common sense very simply to our government. We're defending the rights and safety and pride of the American people, including our great, great, great female athletes. What athletes you are, too. Tell you. And, I'm not allowed to say this politically. It could end my career. They're really beautiful people. These are beautiful people. But like everything else, it's a little bit different today. You're not allowed to say that because if you call a woman or a girl beautiful, that's the end of your career. But let's take a chance on it, Mike. Let's take a chance. So I want to thank everybody for being here. It's fantastic. And this is sort of a big, big day. It shouldn't have even been necessary to take place. This started a long time ago, and we ended it today. And I'm going to sign the executive order right now, and everything I said will go into effect immediately, okay? Thank you.
Sit down, please. Down in front. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you.
If you'd like to gather around me, I think I'm going to be okay. Come on. Come on. Secret Service is worried about them? If we have to worry about them, we have big problems. Okay, do you want to do this?
Make America great again.
Okay. You ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature because this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you, Mr. President.
Pretty good, huh? Okay? Good. Now you're going to go out and win those events, right? Nice to see you all. Great going, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you, kids. Here. Take a pen. I'll give some of these out, okay? Take a pen. Take a pen.
You know their parents are going to sell them on eBay in about an hour or so.
Thank you so much.
Where's Riley?
Look at Secret Service. All of them asking about Gaza Strip.
No questions taken. No questions taken.
What a historic moment in the East Room of the White House, live right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network.
All right. Well, that was President Trump signing the EO there. Let me see here. Get everything situated. Anyways, time to get into the rest of the news. We got a plethora of news. I already read the schedule to you guys, so we'll just go ahead and get into things. Man, President Trump is kicking ass, though. All those kids there, not one kid sniffed. And they were all happy. They weren't all scared and stuff. I mean, you see those kids around old man Walter, and he was like taking bites out of them and stuff. They were always scared looking, but not with President Trump. They treat him like he's Grandpa Trump. He's coming to hang out with Grandpa. Anyways, I thought that was really good. We're going to get into this next video here. It's titled U.S. Postal Service Suspends Incoming Parcels from China. So like I was saying earlier, you got Temu or any of that goofy shit, it ain't going to show up in the mail. It just ain't. Now this is supposedly a temporary thing, but we're no longer receiving mail from China at the moment. Either way, before we get into things, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. We got these MAGA hooligan t-shirts. Now this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats, so you hooligans have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags. We even made cooking aprons out of this design, so I will also be posting the link for the merch store in all of the chats while we watch this first video.
The U.S. Postal Service is suspending the delivery of parcels coming from China and Hong Kong. That follows President Donald Trump's move to shut a trade loophole that allowed small-value packages to be shipped duty-free. The so-called de minimis provision allowed importers and U.S. shoppers to avoid duties on goods worth less than $800. By late Tuesday, the USPS had not said whether its move directly flows from that, but it says the delivery of letters will be unaffected. The change poses a big challenge for fast-growing online retailers like Temu and Shein. They've built big businesses shipping products from China at rock-bottom prices, often using the de minimis rule. Together, the two firms probably accounted for more than 30% of all parcels shipped to the U.S. each day under the loophole. That's according to a congressional committee report in 2023. Now, Trump has also imposed an extra 10% tax on Chinese goods.
We're going to do very well against China and against everybody else.
Anticipating such moves, Shein and Temu have both taken steps, including setting up warehouses in the U.S. and sourcing more goods from outside China. Even so, experts say U.S. shoppers are likely to see prices rise for products bought from such firms. And the bad news for Shein and Temu might not end there. Reports by news website Semaphore claim the Department of Homeland Security could add the pair to its list of firms suspected of using forced labor. The report said no final decision had been made and there was no comment from either firm. Responding to Trump's tariffs, Beijing has put several U.S. companies, including Alphabet's Google, on notice that they could face sanctions from China.
All right, like I was saying, we are not receiving mail currently from China, which doesn't matter to me. I don't order shit from China, but I know a lot of people do. They like their Temu and all that stuff. I don't trust that stuff. I just feel like if you go on those Chinese apps, they're just harvesting your credit card numbers. Anybody I've ever talked to that's had Temu or ordered shit from TikTok or any of that goofy stuff, Wish, they end up having to renew their credit cards or have dispute charges on their bank accounts and stuff like that. So I've never lifted a finger for that. If I wouldn't have seen the news, I wouldn't even know that this was happening. But hopefully this doesn't affect you hooligans. Next up, we got families and doctors sue over Trump's order to halt funding for gender-affirming care. The shapeshifters out there are all mad because they're not getting funding to mutilate their bodies. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about halting parcels from China, as well as President Trump being live moments ago. Zero, so no more Nikes? Potentially. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if it's going to interfere with manufacturing, like distributors and stuff like that. I think the tariffs will. But I think the Postal Service is more for public. I think if there was like a Nike factory in Florida, right, I think they're still going to get their Nikes. But if you order knockoff Nikes from Temu, then you're not going to get them. I think it's delivered differently, and I think that's what's being affected. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. That's just what I'm thinking. Thinking out loud here. Welcome back, U-Hill. Glad you made it back to us. Sam, the majority of stuff made in China is just junk anyways. Yeah, that's why I don't buy it. I don't care if it's cheap. It's going to break. It's not going to function properly. It's not going to do what you want it to do. If it's clothes or shoes or anything like that, it's going to be too small. It's just, there's too many problems, you know. Matt, Nike's a waste of money anyway. All Nike supports supporters' head would explode if they also saw the cross-burning meeting in Phil Knight's backyard like I did. Well, yeah, man, I've never owned a pair of Nikes or anything like that. I've never heard anything good about them. And even Jordans. You see the way that Michael Jordan treats people? I'll never wear Jordans. Never. He's so shitty about everybody. Plus, I don't think he's very fond of white people. So, nope, you ain't never going to see me wearing Jordans. Sam, and Trump doesn't act weird and try to sniff little girls' hair like old Sniffs a lot. Yeah, Sam, you're right. You will China. Yep. Appeal to heaven. I work for Target and they won't support our military, but you'll get a higher wage working there for them. Yeah, appeal to heaven. A lot of those department stores are really bad about stuff. Walmart's really bad. They like brainwash their employees hardcore. They have a lot of training when they start off, and I don't know, they ask them of really crazy stuff. A buddy of mine used to work at Walmart, and he was constantly going under training and being told what to think and how to think and all kinds of weird stuff. It's not Walmart, it's MK Ultra Plus. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. Zupia, y'all see the shitbag from Texas already filed impeachment papers? No, I haven't seen that, but I know that they're crying really hard over President Trump and Elon Musk and everything that's going on right now. Appeal to heaven. I use PayPal. That way nothing on the credit card, which I don't own anyways. Yeah, I do similar things. It's a lot easier to try and dispute something through PayPal than it is to like call the bank and you know have a cyber criminal or somebody try to gain access to your whole bank account versus, you know, trying to rip off your card numbers or something like that from PayPal. Girth F Temu. Yeah, I don't mess with Temu at all. Information Warlord, if you want to buy shit online, get a reloadable Visa card and use that. Yeah, and you can get those at gas stations and stuff. That's true. That's a safe way to do it, because if they somehow access your account, they can only get what's on the card. What is your name? Rick Vieira? I'm not wearing shoes. I'm not wearing pants either. Thanks for asking. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Captain Seamus, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch. And welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Captain Seamus. Thank you. Trump rocks, mostly throwaway stuff, though. Yeah, all that Chinese crap is. Trump rocks, you order a lot of stuff from Temu? Well, hopefully nothing bad happens to your card. I'm sure it doesn't happen to everybody. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. Never order off them sites and don't like the Nikes, so I'm good. Yeah, Christine. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom to you. What's up? I'm Janet. Appreciate all of you hooligans sliding through. I'm Janet. USPS reversed decision to suspend inbound packages from China and Hong Kong. Interesting. That must have just happened, because that video I grabbed was from earlier today, but I'll check it out. Thank you for letting me know. Ball, Jeff Mack only puts on shirts so the ladies can pay attention to the live. When I started live streaming, I didn't have shirts on, but I was all cropped, so you could just see the tops of my shoulders. Yeah, and you guys made me put shirts on. Cinderella, get that mosquito above your head. There ain't no mosquito above my head. There's no mosquitoes in Michigan right now. I'm telling you. It's like 18 degrees outside. Hooligans Island chat not showing on your screen? Yeah, it is showing on my screen. I don't know what you're talking about. Happy freedom to you, Storm. Stokes, I don't believe you. Stand up and let me see. I will on the very last live of my career. Just go ahead. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance like that. Alright. right, hooligans, we're going to go ahead and move forward. This next one's titled, Families and Doctors Sue Over Trump's Order to Halt Funding for Gender-Affirming Care. Like I said, this is about the lefties crying their little eyes out because, well, they can't get access to mutilating their children or themselves, depending on how things are go. They're going to actually show clips of lefties crying their eyes out over this mutilation. That's really what it is. Gender-affirming care is just mutilating your body. So they're all bent out of shape about it, as they are about pretty much everything. So go ahead and hit your thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Attorney General Tisha James sending a clear message to all medical facilities in New York State.
Yeah, her directive coming just hours after we learned NYU Langone reportedly canceled gender reaffirming care for 2 teenagers last week. Grace Gomez joining us now live with more. Grace.
Good evening, Corey, Shirley. This is what the AG sent to hospitals in the state of New York, stating they would be violating the law if they stopped offering gender affirming care.
Here in New York, denying trans youth the care that they need is discrimination according to the law.
Thousands of people, including elected officials, NYU workers, medical professionals, trans organizers, and youth rallied against NYU Langone and its CEO, Robert Grossman.
My trans kid had his top surgery at NYU a number of years ago. His doctors were fantastic.
Families claim the hospital canceled gender transition care for their children following an executive order from President Donald Trump.
He's had a huge influence on our government with regard to our medical care.
But on Monday, New York's Attorney General Letitia James sent this letter to hospitals across the state, reminding them of the obligation they have, emphasizing New York state law prohibits discrimination against individuals based on their sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation. Angelica Christina, the board director of the Stonewall Inn Gives Back initiative, fears NYU Langone's halt of gender-affirming care could be detrimental for the trans community.
It's also setting a precedent that other medical institutions could also just decide that because of these executive orders that they're going to defy the law.
And tonight we actually reached out to NYU Langone for a statement, but we have yet to hear back from them.
And Grace, we know you will stay on top of it. Thank you.
Oh no. Oh no. All the funding for butchering their bodies is out the window. I don't know. Using all the semantics, right? That's what the left does. They put labels on everything, and they always flower it all up. That's how you know that everything they're about is trash. Otherwise, they would just call things what they are, like killing babies, right? They call it women's health care. That way, you can't say you're against it. Otherwise, you look like a piece of shit. You're against women's health care? What kind of person is you, right? But then they're like, nah, it ain't really about health care. It's about killing babies. And then you're like, not really for that. Not really for that. Not unless it's some real specific conditions. Either way, next up we got 2 videos that we're going to play back to back. This is from yesterday. President Trump signed some executive orders. We were trying to capture it live, but they don't have a White House live event page anymore because whoever works on the White House website sucks ass. I mean, I just got to say what it is. You know, they suck ass. So we have to guess when President Trump goes live. We look at his public schedule, and he was supposed to sign those EOs, I think, at 1 o'clock yesterday. And there was no live for it. And then all of a sudden, these news channels like Newsmax and stuff, they put out this pre-recorded video explaining these executive orders. Now, I didn't know that until today, so I figured we'll go ahead and cover the executive orders that were actually signed yesterday since we didn't get to capture it live. And like I said, we'll play those back to back. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the halting the funding for gender affirming care. I hate saying that. Gender affirming care. That's a mess. That's a mess. Matt, so you had a boy and you wanted a girl, so you messed him up, is all I heard from that lady. She's not a mother. Yeah, Matt. Well, that's how they all are. They talk about shape-shifting kids. There is no shape-shifting kids. They're kids. They haven't made decisions like that. They're not developed. And so it's just abuse. That's all it is. They're just abusing their kids. Zero, I think they're not telling about the lives for security reasons. If they don't know what his schedule is, they can't get Trump. Sort of, but his schedule actually says it. The thing is they just don't go live. There's still reporters there. It still happens when it's supposed to, and people still record it. They just don't show it live, which is really weird. It's very weird because it's like they're doing everything except for going live. I was thinking that it was a security thing, but they're telling on themselves. They're saying, I mean, I'll show you the schedule. I'll show you exactly what the schedule looks like. Oh, it's somewhere on this list. There we go. This is Trump's public schedule. And so like today, right, 9 a.m., in-town pool call time, 1 p.m. press briefing, 2:30. President meets with the governor of Texas, 3 o'clock. President signs no men and women's sports executive order into law, 4 o'clock. The president meets with the governor of California. Now, it's 4:30 right now. Obviously, President Trump didn't sign the executive order directly at 3 o'clock. Now, maybe that's because of security reasons, but at the same time, you can see here that it's red. That means that it's not going to go live. This one's green because it is supposed to be live. So this, according to the schedule, wasn't even supposed to be live, but just because we know how things roll, we knew that was going to be live. And that's what happened yesterday, but they didn't go live. They just didn't do it. And so later on, they put out these pre-recorded videos from the signing of the executive order. I don't think it's really keeping them any safer. It's just kind of weird because if they can record it, they could show it live. But why aren't they showing it live? Why are they deciding to wait 5-10 minutes and then putting out a pre-recorded video? That's what I don't understand. I don't think it's a security thing, but I'm not sure what the reason is. 10 man, yeah, that's how it works. When they talk top surgery, they're either cutting your tits off or adding tits on, and bottom surgery is about the same thing, but it's with your goods down there, right? Yeah, turn your innie to an outie or your outie into an innie. It's all mutilating their bodies, self-mutilation. It's not really any different than people implanting silicone in their body to make it look like they got horns or, whatever. It used to be really frowned upon to cut into your body like that. Now it just means that you voted for Hyena Harris. What's up, Kelly Kaku? Happy freedom to you. Kelly Kaku. A battery backup, uninterruptible power supply. I don't think so. Is that... I have to look into that because I don't know what that is. Is that something you would see on a desktop? Because I'm on a desktop. I don't go live from laptops. Thank you for letting me know, Kelly Kaku. I'm going to look into that because I don't know anything about that. Appeal to Heaven, Schumer and Ratface started it. What are you talking about? Using actors to promote lies because they don't like that Trump is president. That needs to be nipped in the ass quickly before it gets out of hand. Yeah, and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. In a little while, we're going to show the 50-51 protesters. I don't know if they're still out there screaming and yelling, but we got a video explaining it. But a lot of what's going on right now, the activism that's being activated by Democrats, by Democrat elected officials. It's not just Democratic voters. Schumer and Omar and Ratsack Skin and all those losers outside of USAID screaming and yelling, saying you need to fight in the streets and all of this. They're going to be directly responsible for any bad stuff that happens in the next week or two by protesters. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to do anything about it, but even President Trump had mentioned that, they shouldn't be doing that. Or actually, I would think it was Caroline Leavitt speaking on the behalf of President Trump, saying that he's aware of what the Democrat leaders are doing and that they are activating assholes in the streets. That's basically what's going on there. Caroline Leavitt was speaking about that earlier today when we were covering the press briefing. Josh 1776, happy freedom to you. You could use it on a desktop. It's meant for servers that can't go down. Interesting. I will look into that because I don't know anything about it. Happy freedom, Astro Hammer. Glad you made it home, Russell. What's up, Havana? Happy freedom to you. Oh, interesting. Thank you for letting me know, Kelly Kaku. I will have to look into getting one. Appreciate you, Information Warlord. What's up, Jeb? Happy freedom to you. Lisa, insurrection. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. I mean, but they're not, they're not telling them to overthrow the government, but they are telling them to activate. They are doing like a call to action. I don't know if you could really consider it a call to violence, but they kind of are. They're telling people go fight in the streets. What are you fighting against in the streets? There ain't nothing in the streets that changed your life, So, yeah. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom to you. Time travel, the weirdos at 5051 protest compare Trump to Hitler. Yeah, they're out there with signs that say, stop Trump's Project 2025. I didn't realize people were still thinking that was a thing, but they are. They're out there screaming and crying. They have signs that don't make any sense because they don't actually know what's going on. The news told them something that hurt their feelings, and they hit the streets with their Crayola markers and their cardboard, right? And then they're out there making signs that really don't matter at all. That just, the message is not being received because they're ignorant, and they're just out there screaming and crying about it because they got free time. What's up, Liberty Sweetheart? Happy freedom to you. Yeah. Oh, their feelings are getting real hurt. I'm sure the lefties out there crying their little eyes out about President Trump kicking the dudes out of women's sports. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Russell, this has been a wild week at work. Yeah, I bet. Kelly Kako, if you use a power bank, make sure to use 300 watts minimum. Power bank might be better than a traditional UPS nowadays. Well, the power supply unit in my computer is a 900 watt power supply right now, and I think I use 600 watts of it. So I might have to go bigger than 300 watts, but I appreciate you telling me about it because I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I said, we're going to get into these videos from yesterday. It ain't going to take too long. It's about the executive orders that President Trump signed yesterday. Now, I intended on covering it live. It never happened live. They put out pre-recorded videos and I didn't know about it until now. So the first one's titled, Trump signs executive order to impose maximum pressure on Iran. And then President Trump signs executive order to withdraw U.S. from the UN Human Rights Council. Now, I don't know what that second one is. I mean, I guess I don't really know what the first one is, really. But I kind of have an idea of the first one. I don't know what the UN Human Rights Council is. But either way, we're not a part of it anymore. And I haven't heard anything about it, so it must not be that big of a deal. But people are really rattled about President Trump talking about the Gaza Strip yesterday, and that seems to be just masking the news over everything else. So either way, we're going to play these videos back to back. Like I said, this first one is titled, Trump signs executive order to impose maximum pressure on Iran. Now make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Next, sir, this is a national security presidential memorandum that seeks to impose maximum pressure on the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Many of these provisions are similar to actions that your administration took during your first administration. The basic idea here is to have every department and agency, or many departments and agencies in your government attempt to sanction and control Iranian activities, particularly relating to the Iranian nuclear program and the Iranian export of terrorism through support of various proxy groups abroad. And the intent here is to give you all of the possible tools to, I'd say, engage with the Iranian government to ensure that going forward they are less of a malign actor on the world stage.
So this is one that I'm torn about. Everybody wants me to sign it. I'll do that. It's very tough on Iran. It's what we had before. We would have never had the problem. You would have never had October 7th. We would have never had the problem had the election gone a different way, which it should have. But this one, I think, more than made up for it. I think we're doing things, and it shows that more than made up for it, much more historic. The Iran situation, hopefully, I'm going to sign it, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it very much. We will see whether or not we can arrange or work out a deal with Iran. and everybody can live together, and maybe that's possible, and maybe it's not possible. So I'm signing this, and I'm unhappy to do it, but I really have not so much choice because we have to be strong and firm, and I hope that it's not going to have to be used in any great measure at all. It'd be great if we could have a Middle East and maybe a world at total peace. Right now you don't have that. When I left, you had peace all over the world, and now you have the world is blowing up. As you know, Bibi is coming in to see me later. Others are coming in to see me. We'll see what we can do. But I'm signing this, and hopefully it will be a document which won't be very important, will hardly have to be used.
So what kind of deal would you be prepared to make?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, we're going to see. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. With me, it's very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We don't want to be tough on Iran. We don't want to be tough on anybody, but they just can't have a nuclear weapon.
Mr. President, are you going to engage in conversations with your counterpart in Iran?
I would.
Do you want to block the sale of Iranian oil to other nations?
Well, we have the right to do that, and that's what I did before, and they had no money. They wouldn't have had the money for Hamas or Hezbollah and anybody else. It could have been solved. This thing, it just, if things went the way they should have, this would have been over long ago, but it's not over.
How close do you think Iran is to developing a nuclear weapon?
I think they're close. I think they're close. They're too close. But again, you could go back 4 years, I would have said they would have had it during this intervening period. But they're pretty close, Peter.
And why say that you're unhappy to sign it if it's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani?
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do. Not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran. So I'm signing this, and it's a very powerful document, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it.
Mr. President, if the Prime Minister today were to ask your help in striking at Iran's nuclear facilities to prevent the kind of progress towards a nuclear weapon, would you give him the green light? Would it, either to do it himself or for the U.S. to participate with him?
I don't know that that's what he's going to be asking for. I have no idea that it is. You're telling me. We're going to have a pretty long meeting. We're going to be discussing a lot of things, not only that, but a lot of things. And I'll let you know if the time comes to let you know. But right now, that's not something that I can discuss.
Mr. President, when you said if they do it, they get obliterated. Just to be clear, you're talking about if Iran made an attempt on your life.
Yeah, that would be called total obliteration. And I can't imagine they do that. It should have been stated by Biden, but he didn't state it because he had no clue, as you know, as everybody knows.
What is your vision actually for relationship with Iran?
Do you have anything else?
No, that's all we have.
My vision for what?
For a relationship with Iran, and would you?
I'd love to have a good relationship with everybody. They can't have a nuclear weapon. That was the only thing that was very important. They can't have a nuclear weapon. Beyond that, it would be very tough if they insist on doing that. They have some of their leadership, I can tell you right now, and maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but there are many people at the top ranks of Iran that do not want to have a nuclear weapon just for that very reason.
Next, sir.
All right. So that was technically the second executive order that he signed yesterday. I think I played these in the wrong order, but either way, like I was saying, this all happened yesterday, and I intended on covering it live and never did. Not because of me, but because of them. So anyways, moving on to video 2, and this is the one I should have played first off, because I think this is the first executive order that he signed. This one's only a minute long. That last one was the longer video. We're going to get through this, and then we're going to read through the chat. And of course, I'll tell you what's coming up next. But either way, let's get into this. Once again, this is from yesterday, and this is titled President Trump signs executive order to withdraw U.S. from UN Human Rights Council.
In light of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibited deep anti-American bias, we have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding among different countries that, as you've expressed previously, is deeply unfair to the United States.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time. It has, there are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest, and they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but they got to get their act together.
All right. So that was pretty quiet. I tried to turn it up as it was going on, but either way, President Trump pulling us out of the UN Human Rights Council. Now, like I said, I don't really know what that is. Maybe you guys don't know what it is. So let's Google it really quick and see what kind of summary we can find, just to have an idea of what exactly is the UN Human Rights Council. Says the U.S. had previously left the council in 2018 under similar criticisms of anti-Israel bias, but rejoined in 2021 under the Biden administration. The U.S. has been a vocal critic of the council, citing its alleged bias against Israel and its failure to address human rights issues effectively. Let me see if I can figure out what they're actually for. It says the UN Human Rights Council is in... what is that? Intergovernmental body within the United Nations system made up of 47 states responsible for the promotion and protection of all human rights around the globe. Interesting. Says the council investigates allegations of breaches of human rights in the UN member states and addresses thematic human rights issues such as freedom of expression, LGBT rights, and the rights of racial and ethnic minorities. The council was established by the UN General Assembly on March 15th, 2006, to replace the United Nations Commissions on Human Rights. I don't know. It sounds like an extension of the Biden administration. That's what it sounds like to me. Either way, next up we got El Salvador offers to jail criminals deported from the U.S. Now, El Salvador, I want to say it was like a year or two ago, they built a supermax prison, and those videos were circulating all over the internet, showing shirtless inmates pretty much in their boxers, leaning forward with their arms behind their back, being escorted by correctional officers. You would see them in large groups sitting on the prison floor in their white boxers, handcuffed and all of that. We're now going to send border crossers over there. I'm sure it's the ones that are criminals, not just any border crosser. I'm sure they're going to deserve it if they're ending up there. But that's what's coming up next. Now, before we get into this video, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump signing these EOs yesterday. What's up, Get Some J? Happy freedom to you. When did we get the U.S. flag in the name header? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday is when I noticed it. U-Hill, Canadians want to be the 51st state. They like how we do. Yeah, not all of them feel that way, but I have seen a lot of Canadians saying that they wouldn't mind being the 51st state. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom. Dropping the boobies in the chat. Very nice. Guess I'm good because HRC is a gay rights power grab. That's what it sounds like. Zero, reporters need auction signs they have to raise. I hate the shouting. Yeah, I feel the same way, Zero. They should have to raise their hand or something and be called on. Matt Rogers, the glass resort. The glass resort? Yeah. I forgot that at the end of that first video we played that President Trump mentioned that he gave the White House instructions. If they did something bad to him, they're going to glass Iran. Astro Hammer, I saw a map where Trump renamed everything in the world and Canada was named Gay North Dakota. That's funny. I haven't seen that yet. I always consider Canada the upper peninsula because I live in Michigan. The UP is the upper peninsula and above that is just the upper peninsula. Because people in the upper peninsula, they sound like Canadians. So that's, they're just northern Michigan. That's what Canada is. Zero, I noticed the flag in the header a couple weeks ago. Interesting. It used to say US or CA if people were in the chat, but I didn't notice the flag until yesterday. Musky Boss, happy freedom to you. Why are plastic forks gay? I like using plastic silverware. You ain't gotta wash it. Non-woke, it's cool having a real president again. Absolutely. Having old man Walter shuffling around all day. 4 years of an embarrassment. MC, the lefties are turning in a very lackluster effort on their day of protest. Well, they don't work really hard at anything. Non-woke Pam is gearing up to put Democrats in prison. Yeah, I saw that Pam Bondi got confirmed today. I'm still waiting on Bobby Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, and then I think Kash Patel will be last. I don't think he's going to go before they do. What's up, Mr. Liventeal? Happy freedom to you. Mr. Liventeal, admit nothing, deny everything, make counter accusations. I wanted to stream, it wasn't me, it was them. Well, no, you guys are all sitting here watching. Well, everybody on the website. Everybody on the website shows up in the chat and talks shit at me while I'm trying to write the schedule because they can tell that I'm sitting here doing it. They can tell I'm working. And like I said, I did try to cover those two videos that we just covered. President Trump signing executive orders yesterday. I had intentions of covering that live, but they never went live. They just started releasing pre-recordings. Joel DeCare, all those Dems protesting look into their bank accounts. That's part of what they're protesting about, is they're mad that DOGE is doing what DOGE does. And now there's fake news out here saying that DOGE is going to cut their... Oh, I can't remember what it is. Let me look at the schedule because we're going to play it coming up. Some fear-mongering. Let me see if I can figure out where it is. Concerns of DOGE stopping Social Security and Medicare payments. So that's what, the lefties are out there mad about that. They think that their food stamps are going to go away or something. I don't know. Bunch of nonsense. Lefties doing what lefties do. Pumpkin, I didn't know that the lefties were having a day of protest. Yeah, that's what the 50-51 in the title is. We're going to cover it. We got a video that explains what the thought process is behind the 50-51 protest. I'll check it out, Kevin. Lisa, they don't have anything else to think about. Nah, they're just raging mad. Kevin Seamus, the UNHRC has Saudi Arabia as their chair recently. Yeah, talk about a waste of money and time. Yeah. Didn't they say that Saudi Arabia caused the 911 day? I'm not allowed to say it because YouTube sucks, but didn't they just come out and say that? They were like, oh, it wasn't Afghanistan, it was Saudi Arabia. And it's like, well, then why did we spend 20 years in Afghanistan? But anyways. Hooligans Island, I can't believe they brought the shape-shifting things into kids' movies. Yeah. Well, they put it into everything, and if you stood against it, well, you're a dirty bigot. Little do they know that we would just welcome those kind of titles. Darlene, Canada cannot become the 51st state. You would have to get the royal family approval. Yeah. I know, Canada has the royal family on their money. What's up, Scott Johnson? Happy freedom to you. DJ Tunes, happy freedom to you. Wayward, appreciate being over on X. The shouting reminds me of the press conference on Batman. I don't know the last time I seen Batman, but I believe you. You'd be on time for your own streams if you didn't rely on your fucking Subaru. No, it's not even related to the Subaru. I'm just late. A lot of it is being a perfectionist. I get things ready, but they're not quite how I want them. So then I go through and redo it, and I look over, and next thing you know, I'm 40 minutes late. It's just how it is. I worry too much about everything being the way I want it to be versus just winging it. I mean, I'll wing enough of this, really. We're going to go ahead and move forward. This next one's titled El Salvador offers to jail criminals deported from the U.S. This is kind of a confusing thing, but at the same time, at least we got a place for border crossers now. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this video pulled up about El Salvador. Now, I believe it was Marco Rubio that went over there and worked this deal out. I haven't seen a whole lot of people that like Marco Rubio, so it makes me question if this is a good thing or a bad thing. But at least we got a place for border crossers, because apparently we can't just let them loose on the other side of the border. That's what I would do. I'd be like, okay, boop, give them a bus ride to the border and then just throw them on that side and call it a day. Figure out how to get home on your own. You figured out how to get here, but I guess that's why I'm not president. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get into this, but first, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as over on GoofTube. Let's get this rolling.
El Salvador on Monday offered to jail, quote, dangerous criminals deported by the United States, no matter their nationality. That's according to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio after lengthy talks with the Central American country's leader, Nayib Bukele, who is seen by the Trump administration as a key ally in its expanding immigration crackdown.
He has agreed to accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, be they MS-13 or Tren de Aragua, and house them in his jails.
Rubio said Bukele also offered to house dangerous criminals who are U.S. citizens or legal residents. It was unclear whether the U.S. would take up that offer, but U.S. citizens cannot legally be deported from the United States. Rubio said more details of the deal would be forthcoming. The U.S. State Department's website notes that prison conditions in El Salvador are, quote, harsh and dangerous, with overcrowding constituting a, quote, serious threat to prisoners' health and lives. On his first overseas tour as the U.S.'s top diplomat, Rubio is seeking support from countries in the region for Trump's attempts to deport large numbers of migrants. He's trying to secure so-called third country agreements like the one he said was in the works with El Salvador with other countries in the region. In such arrangements, nations accept citizens of other countries that will not accept deportees. Cuba and Venezuela, for instance, have frosty relations with the U.S. and have in the past limited the number of deportees they will accept. Since taking office several weeks ago, President Donald Trump has stepped up the number of migrants the U.S. deports to Latin America. The U.S. on Tuesday sent the first military aircraft carrying a handful of detained migrants to the naval base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, which Trump has promised to expand to hold up to 30,000 migrants.
All right, sending border crossers out to El Salvador. Like I said, it was Marco Rubio that made that deal, and I have not seen a lot of people that like Marco Rubio, so I don't know if this is a win or not. Their leader over there just looks like a regular dude. He wasn't wearing a suit or anything. Either way, next up we got FBI agents are suing Trump's DOJ efforts to examine J6 events. Now, the FBI agents were asked to detail what their duties were during J6, and they don't want to. They don't want to disclose what they were doing on J6. And so it's causing some problems. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the situation in El Salvador. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. I got that package. I don't know if you were here when I said that, but we're going to be doing an unboxing for whatever it is that you sent me after the news and before we get into the fun stuff. Guess Marco Polo is harmless in his role, in my opinion. I assume with this deal, he's just doing what President Trump told him. I don't know what the reason is that people don't like him, but during the Trump rallies before Election Day, Rubio was coming out during the MAGA rallies and people would boo him, or it would just get really quiet when he would walk out. And so that's what my initial response was, like, do people not like this guy? Like, what is so wrong with him? Russell, I'm glad that they're ramping up Gitmo. Yeah, they're currently sending people there right now. Russell, that's a badass prison for bad dudes. Yeah. And they're not being nice about it, which is, you know, that's what the world needs. This kid gloves against criminals doesn't work. It just doesn't. What's up, Live Review? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I'll check it out, Astral Hammer. Thank you for posting that in the chat. Resistance, Rubio called Trump a con man. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe that's why people don't like him. Crig Kiss, release all of the J6 video footage. Yeah, I don't know if they might do that. I don't know. We got a ton of it over on the website, like 16 or 17 hours worth. Kelly Kaku, President Trump announced that he wants to get rid of career criminals by housing them in foreign prisons on a limited basis. He did say that they're looking into it. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured Rubio was doing what Trump told him. Trump snapped his fingers and Rubio was like, all right, we're getting on it. Non-woke, Trump is awesome and Kamala couldn't even find the border. Yeah. Could you imagine what things would look like if Harris would have won the election? We wouldn't be doing all this winning, I know that. What's up, Real James? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to Evan, El Salvador. Oh, ouch. That's like worse than Gitmo. Well, they're the ones that want to come over here. They want to be a part of all of this. They're just getting what they asked for. Kelly Kaku, they were all Saudis, but not connected to Saudi Arabia. Technically, they were basing themselves in Afghanistan. Thank you for letting me know, Kelly Kaku. We covered that video, and I remember being like, 22 years later, and now they're saying it's a different country that did it? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about 911 Day. I've heard so much stuff. Bones Mama, happy freedom to you. I wonder how many shape-shifting people are sick of this weirdness towards kids too. It's sick that these crazy people stole their thing. Oh, you're talking about gay people. Gay people had their gay pride hijacked by shapeshifters and pedophiles, and they've been pissed about that for years. There's a whole bunch of groups over on X, like Gays Against Groomers and stuff like that, where they stand against those shapeshifters. They do not like that stuff. And it sucks because a lot of people don't realize that. They just think if someone's gay that they're automatically LGBTXYZ, but they're not. They're not. There's plenty of gay hooligans. There's even hooligans that are Democrats that have turned, I don't want to say turned into Republicans, but turned away from the Democratic Party just because like that stuff is radicalized. It's not, you know, the LGBTXYZ, the Rainbow Crew, whatever you want to call them. They're not the same thing as just regular gay people. And not everybody realizes that. It's because the movement was hijacked by shapeshifters and the government promoted it. That's what really took off, is the fact that the government promoted it. And, you know, I don't know. It's a hijacked movement. Guess some fact. Most gays I know can't stand LGBT. Yep. Turtle Mom, we need to get rid of Pride Month. We'll see how it goes. I see a lot of people saying that when President Trump is signing executive orders. I don't know if he'll do it or not. I know that it'll make people mad, but, you know, it is what it is. What's up, Neon Love Machine? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke, the Dems pushed gender confusion. Absolutely. They absolutely did. To the point where it was in schools. They were putting books in schools. They're putting movies on Netflix, kids shows and stuff. It's the government's fault that it got as big as it did. It's the government's fault that we all caught the plague and went into lockdowns too. They're supposed to protect us from that, and they didn't. Agent O, those damn transmissions. That's what we're talking about. What's up, Tyson? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, one of my wife's childhood friends is gay. Her and her partner hate all the crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm sure they do. And on top of it, when they go outside, they got MAGA and everybody else screaming that they hate them. Because when you see somebody like that, you automatically associate them with the Rainbow Crew. And so, yeah, I imagine they do hate all this stuff because they're the ones being targeted by it. All right, hooligans, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next one is FBI agents are suing Trump's DOJ efforts to examine J6 events. Now, like I said, they were asked to disclose their job duties during J6, and instead of doing that, they all got bent out of shape. They didn't want to talk about that. So either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, as well as over on the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Welcome back. 9 FBI agents are filing a lawsuit to protect the identity of any Bureau employee who worked on the January 6th investigations. The agents claim any effort to review or discriminate against those employees would be unlawful or retaliatory. This comes after the FBI sent a questionnaire to thousands of its employees asking them to detail their work on January 6th cases. Joining me now is Fox News contributor and former FBI special agent Nicole Parker. Nicole, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And I guess my first thought is, well, if they didn't do anything wrong, why are they afraid to tell us they worked on January 6th? I mean, you say the employees who are being asked to fill out these questionnaires fall into 3 groups. Tell me more.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that, yes, I was working at the FBI as a special agent in the Miami division when this occurred, and I never touched anything January 6th related. I was not asked to, nor would I if I had been asked to. And so I just want to put that out there. There are many individuals, they're saying to the tune of about 5,000 people that as of right now are on this list. And again, this is open source. That's a very large number of FBI employees. It's not just agents, but it also includes support staff. But I think that there are 3 groups of people at the FBI right now. There are those in group number 1, they never touched January 6th, they were never asked to, or if they were asked to, they said, you know, I'm not comfortable doing that, or I don't feel that this is right, or, you know, something of that nature. Group number 2 are individuals that were asked to conduct January 6th investigations, and frankly, they didn't feel exactly comfortable with it. They almost did it begrudgingly, but they did it because that's their duty and that's what they were asked to do. And that's, you know, you follow your chain of command. You're told to do something. And so therefore you follow what you're supposed to do. Group number 3 are individuals that were asked to, and it seems that they almost embraced the opportunity to do so. They were very enthusiastic about working this investigation. And I think it's the last 2 groups that it's important to notice the distinction between those. But I think when you are an FBI agent, the most important thing is that you take an oath and you are sworn to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution in a fair and unbiased manner. And Maria, I think there were many individuals at the FBI who saw what was happening on this January 6th investigation, and they noticed that it definitely was unprecedented because, first of all, the FBI has never been in the business of conducting misdemeanor investigations. That's just not really what the FBI does. And out of all of the individuals that were charged, they were predominantly misdemeanors. So again, that causes red alarms and, you know, red flags to go off in people's minds. Secondly, this was a very politically charged investigation. They were literally investigating supporters of a certain political figure. Right. And again, that is unprecedented in FBI history as well. And so that's what gave pause to many employees to say, you know what? I'm not so certain about how this is going. But remember, this was being driven by Merrick Garland. He was pushing down these commands from DOJ to Christopher Wray, who acquiesced and said, okay, we're on board, we're going to do this. And they were very proud that this was the largest ever investigation in DOJ and FBI history.
Unbelievable.
I was a witness to the 9/11 terrorist attacks. I don't understand how that can be when we lost 3,000 people on 9/11, but yet January 6th was much larger than that.
Well, that's a great point to make. I mean, and then later we find out that there were, 26 FBI informants in the crowd in plain clothes. I mean, and that number seems low to me. So how do you actually, explain that? Why were there FBI agents or informants, whatever you call it, in the crowd making believe they were Trump supporters?
Again, that's a completely different topic that I could, give an explanation. There are confidential human sources at the FBI. It's important to note that they may be sources, but they may not be tasked to perform duties on that date. But again, the FBI, the issue is that a lot of people do not trust what the FBI is saying because they have lacked a sense of transparency, especially in the last 4 years. And so, unfortunately, the trust in the FBI is at an all-time low, but that's because there has been a lack of transparency. I know that we've talked about the pipe bombs that were set, and there have been no answers to that, really, as to what happened. And now we're finding out that the FBI said, data that was received from different, telephone companies was quote, corrupted.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but, they weren't able to get certain data. And I think just the American people want transparency. They want answers.
Right.
And President Trump ran on depoliticizing the FBI and the DOJ.
And you're right. Lawmakers are now demanding answers about cellular data from the January 6th pipe bomb suspect who's still on the loose. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, and Congressman from Georgia Barry Loudermilk sent a letter to the acting FBI director, AT&T, Mobile, and Verizon, questioning why the FBI official in charge of the pipe bomb probe told Congress that some of the suspect's data was corrupted by one of the providers. Major cellular carriers told House investigators that they never provided any data that was corrupted to the FBI, and the Bureau never reached out about any issues with the data. So why is it corrupted now, Nicole?
That is a great question, Maria, but I can tell you that I personally walked away from the FBI after more than a dozen years because I felt like the trajectory had changed. I felt like things were just so completely politically and socially weaponized that those of us in the organization that were just trying to do the real work, trying to put bad people behind bars, working crimes against children, these are the noble cases of the FBI. This is what they should be focusing on. But unfortunately, especially in the last 4 years, it has been deeply and socially weaponized, and I just feel like they've lost sight of their mission. But I do hope that with Pam Bondi coming in, she is going to be incredible. She's going to be a solid attorney general, and I have no doubt she will get DOJ and FBI back on track with Kash Patel.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because the Senate confirmed Pam Bondi as AG in a vote 54-46 yesterday. But FDI Director nominee Kash Patel is still waiting for a committee vote. Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee are now demanding that they have another hearing with Kash Patel, hoping to question him about recent removals of FBI leaders, while also claiming that he made apparent falsehoods during the last week's hearing. Nicole, Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley shot down the idea and is hoping to hold a final committee vote as soon as next week. I'm still questioning why it is that you've got 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats, and it seems the Democrats run the table in these confirmation hearings. Now they want more time with Kash Patel.
I don't know, but what I do know is that the FBI is in dire need of true leadership right now. They need solid leadership. They need stability, and they need someone to get in there and to give some level of direction and to put everything in order. And I think with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi together at DOJ and FBI, I have no doubt that they are fully going to make the FBI great again, the DOJ great again. But it is going to take some work. I think that there are individuals who have been responsible for kind of taking the FBI off the rails, and they do need to face consequences.
Yeah, and don't forget John Ratcliffe running the CIA. That trio should be real effective. Nicole, great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
All right, Fed boys, they don't want to talk about what they were doing on J6. They don't think that's anybody's business. Well, that's all right. They can resign if they want to. They still got time. They can step down if they want to, since they don't want to do their job correctly and they want to be all secretive, doing whatever they want, because there isn't anybody above them to take them and be held accountable. We'll word it like that. Either way, next up we got Joe Biden signs with Hollywood talent agency. Now, I don't know what exactly this is, but they describe in this video that Barack and Michael Obama both did the same thing. That they got out of office and they signed with this very same talent agency. And I don't know why, because the Obamas, they have their own movie production crew. Leave the World Behind or whatever, that's an Obama movie. They made that movie. The CIA or the FBI, they've been a part of like 60% of all movies and TV shows that you've ever seen. Look it up. Like, if you ever get bored, look up how much our government is in movie and TV production. It's a huge percentage. It's a long list of movies that you would never think the government would be a part of. But as those movies were being produced, there was either someone from the military or some three-letter agency present during the production of those movies and TV shows. And like I said, Obama and them, they have their own studio. We covered it one day a few months ago. We went through it, kind of raised awareness to this happening. And it sounds like Joe Biden's getting himself into something is what it sounds like. Like I said, next video coming up is titled Joe Biden Signs with Hollywood Talent Agency. But before we get into that, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these corrupt FBI agents. Is that so? All right. Well, thank you for letting me know. All right. So, get an update from security here. Check the parameter. Everything's fine. No commies in sight. No screaming protesters. Nothing like that. Nobody cutting their wieners off around here. Good job, Captain Klaus. Everybody's asking about her tan. I don't know that lady's face. Is it Nicole? Is that her name? You guys kind of roasting her on it. Sam. I said, did nipples tan? Sam says, they look like Hershey Kisses. Holy, I didn't realize. Energy Woman, give me some catnip, bro. No, he can't do that right now. He'd be running around crazy. Crit Kids programming and social engineering, absolutely. Crit Kids, Klaus still likes his window views. Yeah. We got birds coming back, so he's been monitoring the communist birds. Kelly Kaku, they got people in the FBI with an axe to grind that is not the kind of person that belongs in law enforcement. Yeah, well, I'm waiting for Kash Patel to get in because I think we're going to see some big changes once that happens. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. Love Machine, Mike's Fat Hog Productions. No, that's a different kind of movie. Appeal to heaven. They can step down and resign. Doesn't mean we can't still go after you. That's right. Old man Walter, he didn't pardon all the federal workers, so they're on the list, you know. MU, I would not trust the survey either. Well, they're federal workers. They don't really have a choice. They signed up for that. Appeal to having Kash Patel ASAP Epstein list. Yeah. I think that's all we're waiting on. I also think that's why the government's dragging their feet when it comes to these confirmations. They're doing everything they can to delay. And if they can, they will try to not confirm Kash Patel. They seem to be very worried about Kash Patel. There's a whole bunch of people they don't like. They don't like Bobby Jr. and they don't like Tulsi Gabbard. I think the Democrats look at Tulsi Gabbard like she's a traitor to her party. There's all kinds of reasons why they don't like Bobby Jr. But every person that's had to go up there to be confirmed has been asked about Kash Patel. Kash Patel's like the boogeyman or something. And so they're doing everything they can to stop Kash Patel. But I think once he gets in, we're going to see even more change happening. It's been crazy. These couple of weeks with President Trump getting in has been crazy. Ever since Inauguration Day, it's been exciting to wake up and see what happens next. And it's been a long time since we've been living like that. And I think once Kash Patel gets in, it'll get even more exciting. Kelly Kaku, obviously, she's from Florida. Yeah. Everyone's questioning her tan, but I think it's her platinum blonde hair that really throws her tan off. She ends up looking like a shade of cardboard. Neon Love Machine, Ozzy died. I have not heard that. Let me take a gander. I don't think so. No, he's not dead. It's crazy that you could look like that and be so bent out of shape from all them drugs and stuff and still be alive. I wasn't going to be surprised if he was dead, but he's not dead. Libby Racer Ozzy's reuniting with Black Sabbath. That's interesting. Kevin Seamus, El Salvador jailed over 50,000 gang members. They're doing really well on breaking narco terrorism. Well, we need to be sending the cartel over there. Teasel, no. It's false alarm. Ozzy's, he hasn't kicked the bucket. What's up, Uncle Sam? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island, a sniffing talent show. Is that what it is? Could you imagine Old Man Walter on reality TV? They're going to make him sniff mystery packages or something like that and figure out what's inside. Kind of like they used to do the Pepsi challenge. You know, you take a drink or whatever and you're like, is it Coke or Pepsi? They're going to do the same thing with Old Man Walter. What's up, Tactical Dragon? Happy freedom to you. Tactical Dragon, the new FBI female body inspector. That Kash Patel should wear a female body inspector t-shirt. His first day, he just should. Big old middle finger to them. What's up, Mr. Dog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Chad? Happy freedom to you. Matt, Ozzy's still releasing good music. It's crazy. I didn't know he was still releasing music. I haven't heard anything about Ozzy Osbourne since the Osbournes reality show. Neon Love Machine, it's on Reddit. He died on the way to the hospital. Interesting. Maybe it's so new that it's not circulating yet. Because I just asked the Brave AI, where it searches through articles and stuff to see if there's breaking news on it, but it said that he hasn't kicked the bucket. But maybe it's that new. DCAT, happy freedom to you. Kash Patel has all the dirt on all the Democrats and they're scared. You have to remember, he used to work for Obama. Yeah, they seem really scared of Kash Patel. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Like I said, this next one, we got a short little video here. Joe Biden signs with Hollywood Talent Agency. Now, there's not a lot of details about this, and I'm not sure how they even found out. This is the first thing I've heard about Old Man Walter since he flew away in the helicopter. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this. Old Man Walter signs with Hollywood. He's going to be a star. Nah, I don't think that's exactly what's going to happen, but you know, that's what he thinks. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Former President Biden signing a contract with the Los Angeles Talent Agency as he transitions to his post-presidency career. Biden signing the deal with the Creative Artists Agency also represented him from 2017 to 2020. Talent Agency also has ties to former President Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama. 82-year-old former chief executive has been mostly quiet about his plans after serving in public office for 50 years.
That don't seem weird. More than 50 years being a public servant and all of a sudden he signs up with Hollywood. And the Obamas did it too? I don't know. Sounds weird. Maybe they're going to have an Old Man Walter reality show. It's just going to show you how many times they really have to wipe his ass in a day. Anyways, next up we have 5051 movement. Protest gathers in St. Paul against Project 2025 and Trump executive orders. Now, this isn't only in St. Paul. The whole 5051 means 50 protests in 50 states on one day. And today happens to be the day. So it's supposed to be people protesting at their state capital against Project 2025, which I haven't heard since Hyena Harris was campaigning. And so I don't know, they're all bent out of shape about shit that's not even happening, because that's how big of losers these people are. Either way, it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think. What do you think Joe Biden's up to with his talent agency? Russell, Biden has no talent. Yeah, I don't think they found that out yet. They're going to find out. Matt, the Reddit about Ozzy dying is over a year old. Thank you for letting me know, Matt. Here, Juicer, blindfolded, Biden sniffing a shirt. 11 years old, Cambodian, slightly overweight. Mother's name is Beth. Here, Juicer. Holy. Look at the sniffer on that old ghoul. That's what they'll say. Guess FBI should change their name to Abolishing Organized Crime, or just AOC for short. Would piss her right off. Oh man, she's always pissed off about stuff. She's probably out there protesting right now with all the other idiots. Russell, he's doing it for a book deal? Yeah, I believe it. Libby Racer, I boycott Hollyweird and all the liberals. Yeah. Well, President Trump was talking about making Hollywood great again. I'm not sure why, but he's interested in that. Musky boss. Porn, I hope? No. I don't want to see Old Man Walter videos. That's just a big no. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. Resistance. Biden teaming up with the Hollywood to sniff more kids. Could be. He's got the money. They'll be collaborating soon, I'm sure. What's up, CB Michigan? Happy freedom to you. Neon Love Machine, Biden died 4 years ago. The guy we've been seeing is an actor. That might have something to do with it. Yeah, you might be right, Neon Love Machine. And during the lockdowns, Old Man Walter brought in a whole bunch of people from Hollywood to set up all those fake stages and stuff. Like, he'd get up there and he'd get a jab in front of the whole world, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he took it, so I'll take it too. Those were all fake stages made by people from Hollywood. A whole Hollywood production. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom to you. My understanding is Biden was signed up with that same Hollywood firm after he was out of office with Obama. They set up those juicy high-dollar speeches for him and just collect money for being a manager. Yeah, Johnny, that's what I was just saying. Yep. I think we're all on the same page here. Told he cares because Biden is AI. His speeches are probably AI. Anytime you see him, it's like he can't talk. Not at all. Actually, he started speaking better after the election. He was like Rain Man. I mean, he was struggling to say sentences, and then Trump won the election, and all of a sudden this guy was singing and dancing. Like, oh, okay. What's a Plastic Quack? Happy freedom. Hunter and Joe started Only Hooligans, 10% for the big guy. Oh no, I don't want to see that. Joe Biden selling foot pics? Nah. I'm good on that. We don't want to see the crusty toes. Thank you. Zero. Mexican flag painted on the hood of a car at the gas station. Jesus loves us. People are so stupid. Non-woke WWE is more believable than Joe Biden. We could start a long list of things that are more believable than Joe Biden. That's true. Guess the movie thing is just a money laundering scheme? Oh, I'm sure. What's up, Blonde Beard? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island weekend at Biden's basement. Yeah, that's what they tell the kids until they realize it's not just the weekend. Blonde Beard. He's going to guest star on How to Catch a Predator. Oh, man. That'd be crazy. Walks in, Chris Hansen standing there. I'm going to need you to take a seat. What's up, Mike Andrade? I think that's how you say your name. Happy freedom to you. I don't know if you missed the good news. I usually save the good news for last. Well, I try to make sure that everything we got is good news, is entertaining. It's not very easy to find news about good things, but no, I don't think you missed it all yet. Jules, he'll replace Walter on Jeff Dunham's lap. I think you figured it out. You beat us to it. Is Jeff Dunham still going to stick his hand up his ass, though? That's what I want to know. Wayward, they drugged him into being older than he is. Here, Walter, take this. You won't remember a thing. That definitely could be. He was acting out of his mind, especially like during events such as the State of the Union address. He's like tweaking. Yeah, he probably doesn't even remember being in the Oval Office. He was just drugged up the whole time. Alright, hooligans, we're going to go ahead and move forward. This next one is all the stinky, dirty people out in the streets. It's titled 5051 Movement Protest Gathers in St. Paul Against Project 2025 and Trump Executive Orders.
Again, we are...
Now, this is a video on it. This isn't the protest itself, but they will show you the protesters. There may be people still in the streets. I mean, today's their only day, so, you know, if they're going to do the screaming and crying, now's the time to do it. I'm looking around. I'm not really seeing things. They actually might be done protesting. They wrapped it up really quick here. All they got is the fake channels on YouTube showing this crap. They might actually be done. I'm shocked. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get into this. It's a little summary on why the lefties are out there mad, why their signs say stuff that just don't make any sense. It only makes sense to them because they're afraid of things that only they believe is happening. What can you do about that, you know? Either way, we're going to go ahead and get into this, but first I want you hooligans to hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble and over on the CommiTube. Let's get this rolling.
Again, we are keeping an eye on something that started bubbling up in the last few days that's been billed as a 50-51 movement. And the plan here is that people in all 50 states are planning 50 peaceful protests at state capitals for one day. So I want to bring in Amber really quick because, Amber, we've been looking here during this morning into this afternoon to see what might be happening here and in other places. What have you been able to find?
We're following a lot of things. I'm looking at pictures right now. Our photojournalist, Doug Solomon, actually just got his shot up. He's with Rob Olson. Rob, can you hear me? Not if you can hear me. Great. Okay. Rob's up and ready to go. Okay. So we'll get to Rob in a sec here. We also, Amy, I want to let people know we have the helicopter up over the protest. So we'll take pictures of that. I'm also tracking protests in Philly, in Austin, in Raleigh. Pictures from those protests in and out. So as I get them in, I will let you know and we'll try to bring people those images. But do you want to talk with Rob?
Yeah, if Rob's available.
Great.
And
Rob is up.
Great.
Let's go see if we can get with Rob.
All right, Robbie, let's see if he's there. Hey, Rob, I don't know if you just arrived, but kind of set the scene for us.
Well, right now, this is, you're looking back towards the Cathedral of St. Paul. The St. Paul Technical College is where this march began, and pardon me, it's a lot of people here. You know, this was something that is, again, as you mentioned, coordinated across 50 states today. And this is something here at the state capitol that, again, marching from the St. Paul Technical College down to the state capitol. And you can see that the numbers just keep on coming. I mean, parking was challenging around here today for sure, but they didn't know how many to expect. I just talked to somebody that said, you know, we're hoping for a couple of thousand. They're on their way to the steps of the state capitol right now. A lot of different signs here, a lot of different expressions of what they mean to get across here at this. So this will go on for the next couple hours. We'll be here keeping an eye on it and seeing what they have to say and exactly what the messages they hope to get across. A number of signs that we've seen that specifically mentioned Elon Musk in the comments here, and concerns over the amount of power that he has been exerting in the executive branch in the last week or two. So that's what's going on now. We're going to keep moving up towards the Capitol, and we can check on in with you later here as we get up towards the steps.
I appreciate the update. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely check back in with you here in just a little bit. Thanks, Rob. Okay, Amber's telling me that this is Austin, Texas right now. Same movement, the 50-51 movement today, where folks are gathering at state capitals. They are marching and they are protesting the President Donald Trump's actions during the first few weeks here back in the White House. And again, they're planned for every state. And we're going to kind of lose things and things will come in and out as we go here because it is all live. We also had, I think, Philly as well. And I don't know if we have a look at Philly right now. Okay, this pictures come up and they go back down in real time. So we'll follow this as we can. But we'll take you back to St. Cloud. Rob just kind of got on the scene there and we'll bring you that. And again, just a reminder, in just a little bit here, we're going to have an attorney come on and really take just a kind of a clean look at these executive orders and help try to distill what may be possible, what may not, legal challenges, that kind of thing from a legal lens, which at this point feels like maybe one of the most helpful things we can do because there's just so much that we don't know. So we'll let's just listen to this for just 1 second here. Okay, so again, this is Austin, Texas, just one of the rallies. We'll see how many of these there are today, how many people show up. It's really, there are a lot of unknowns as far as this goes because the movement, the 50-51 movement, as far as, us journalists have been able to glean, has been put together recently and they didn't even really have an infrastructure for a while. So I think there were questions about legitimacy and it looks like they are sort of piecing this together now. So we'll continue to just follow that and bring you what's happening and walk you through some play-by-play there.
So anyways, that's the protesters. Like I said, they're all mad for reasons that we don't really know. They're all against Project 2025. Like I said, I haven't heard about that since Hyena Harris was trying to scare everybody about it during the campaigning season. So they're protesting something that's not even happening. Good for them. And then they're all mad at Elon. And they're like, we didn't elect Elon. Nobody elected Hyena Harris either. And she still ran in a whole election. So be mad, I guess. I don't know. And we got a video coming up. Let me see. It's not the next one. 2 videos from now, they got fear-mongering over DOGE. It says concerns over DOGE stopping Social Security and Medicare payments. I haven't heard anything about them stopping that, but the news is suggesting that might happen. Might happen. It may, might, could. It may, could, might. Again, because that's what the news is doing. May, could, might. Normie's like, oh no, they may, could, might. They may, could, might get us. Yeah, DOGE is gonna get you. Like the whole purpose of it is to cut the fat off of the government, to save us tax dollars and to make the government run more efficiently. Nobody's ever tried to do that as far as I know, at least not in my lifetime. And of course they're mad about it because the lefties love government. They love to call everyone else fascist, but then they want the government to fix all of their problems, pay all of their bills, and then rub their booty while they go to sleep. It's just butthurt lefties left and right. Anyways, next up we have Schumer details legislation to stop unlawful meddling by DOGE in special government employees. Now, Schumer, he's super butthurt over DOGE, and so he's trying to pass some stuff, and then, like I said, the video right after that is the news fear-mongering DOGE, telling normies you should be afraid of DOGE. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 50-51 movement that's going on. I don't know why they call it a movement. Today's the only day. It's the only day they're going to do it. So I don't know what kind of movement that is, but either way. Yes, we go, we know it's you, we're going to blow is what I heard. Yeah, I don't know what they were saying. A bunch of nothing. Russell, deport them all. Well, I don't think they're border crossers, but yeah. So I hope they all get soaked and frozen here in Indy. See, it seems like the protests have stopped. I just Googled it really quick to see if there's anything popping up, and only the fake channels on YouTube are showing protest claiming it's live, but it's just recordings from earlier or recordings from a different year. But I'm not seeing any live protests right now, and they weren't doing a whole lot of anything. They had a bunch of signs that said they were against things that aren't even happening, and then they're just walking around, and that's all they were doing. And even the guy in the video, he was like, well, maybe in a little while we'll be able to tell what their message is and if it'll be heard. It's like, okay, well, you're standing there and you got 100 people walk by and you don't know what the message is? You think we're going to know what the message is? They don't even know what the message is. They're just outside and working it out. They don't know what's going on. Russell, Social Security's not going away. Yeah. I haven't heard anything about it going away. It's just the news lying. Just lying to the normies. Guess their protests from Temu. Yeah. They're groups on demand. That's what it is. Thank you so much, Jump Offa, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Jump Offa. Says, happy freedom, hooligans. Happy freedom to you. Thank you. Resistance, the message is Orange Man bad. Yeah, pretty much. Well, that and Elon. They're all bent out of shape over Elon. Ghostly, are they going to cry this hard for 4 years? Yeah, that's what they did last time. Shroomish coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah. What's up, SOS? Happy freedom to you. Jeb George Soros money? Yeah, definitely could be. George Soros bought a bunch of radio stations here in the U.S. The government was trying to challenge it, and I don't know what happened to it, but as far as I know, he did get those radio stations, and I'm sure they're all pushing Democratic propaganda. Hate yourself, hate your country, hate your neighbor, hate your kids. Just hate everything, just be mad until you just can't take it anymore and you smoke yourself. It's what they're selling. And unfortunately, some of the normies are eating it up. Energy Woman still muzzled. Yeah, they like their compliance cloth. It's a lot of symbolism to the government saying, we're still following your orders. Energy Woman, mostly peaceful rioting. Now, I haven't seen any chaos yet. Out of the last few days of protesting, because before this happened, there was protests happening in California where everybody was standing around waving Mexico's flag. But nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nobody got rowdy. Nobody was throwing piss bottles. Antifa never showed up. Nothing happened. It was 16 hours of nothing going on. People standing around. And that's the only reason we don't cover it. If they're burning shit down, we'll go back to covering it. But as long as they're standing around waving their stupid little flags, that's not worth sitting around covering. I would rather cover the news than cover people standing there doing nothing. It's when they're being violent that it's more important for us to cover it. Mary Todd, Brennan Carr, in charge of the FCC, has stopped Soros. Stopped him from obtaining all the radio stations. Because I know they were trying to challenge it, but then I just heard a story like a week ago talking about he's obtained some of them, but he hasn't got everything that he wanted. It's supposed to be like 200 radio stations or something like that. Too old to care. Can we hope for self-implosion? I mean, we might see it. We've seen self-immolation. It's been a while since a lefty burned themselves down in the public. We're probably due for it, I guess. What's up, white guy? Happy freedom to you. Guess who paid for rent a protest? Yeah, crowds on demand, I'm pretty sure. White guy, on one hand, F the government. On the other, government, give me, give me, give me. Yep, and that's exactly what it is. Those people are lost. They are the results of not raising your kids. You don't raise your kids, they grow up to be like that. Because they don't know what else to be. Their whole life, all they had to do was scream and throw a tantrum to get what they want. They want a new toy, they want a bike, they want to stay up late, they want to go to their friend's house, scream and cry until the job gets done. And then their parents, if they have any parents, are soft-handed. Oh, yeah, I don't want you to be sad. You just do whatever you want. You know, these are the same kids that are like, fuck you, mom, blah, 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 like 6 years old, and just parents aren't doing anything about it. They grow up to be just like that. That's where soft parenting gets you, those bastards right there. Because kids they're socialists. Children are socialists. They don't pay for things. They don't work for things. They get everything for free because you're a parent and you're providing for them, right? So they're socialists. Everything they get is free. If you don't raise them, then they grow up to be socialists. And they're outside of the government like, hey, where's my free money at? You know, and that's how it goes. That's why it's important to raise our kids and not just make do or do the bare minimum, because they grow up to be like that. And the world's not soft-handed about discipline. You don't discipline your kids and they grow up to be shitheads, the world is mean about it. So it's better to just discipline your kids in a controlled, safe, legal way and not have to worry about the world having to pick up your slack just because you wanted to raise your kid off an iPad, you know? That's how we got these shitheads. Tactical Dragon, instead of a summer of love, we have a winter of wackos. You're not wrong. Time travel agent. Hope Trump sets deep state into checkmate this year. Who needs this BS any longer? Absolutely. It's what we all voted for. And things are happening quickly. It's very exciting. Where these protests aren't peaceful enough to cover. Not yet, but they're working on it. When it gets hot out, if they still have big numbers like that, those weren't huge numbers, but that was a good size there. They bring out more than 50 people in the summer heat. That's when things get violent. They stand out there all day. They get heat exhaustion. They're dehydrated. They've been screaming until their voice doesn't work anymore. And as soon as it gets dark outside, that's when they start setting shit on fire and getting rowdy and fighting police and pulling people out at gunpoint and things like that. That's when it happens, is in the summertime when it's hot. So we'll see how it goes, but we're seeing the symptoms here. It might be a spicy summer. All right, hooligans, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. This next one is Chuck Schumer being extra butthurt over DOGE. It's titled, Schumer Details Legislation to Stop Unlawful Meddling by DOGE and Special Government Employees. So he's directly going against Elon, now, basically. This legislation that he's trying to pass is directly to go after Elon. So either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the Commie Tube, and let's go ahead and get this rolling.
Now, Mr. President, yesterday, Leader Jeffries and I announced legislation to stop unlawful meddling by DOGE or other entities in the Treasury Department's payment system. Our bill will deny access to the payment system by anyone designated as a, quote, special government employee. In other words, people who aren't required to disclose conflicts of interest. Our bill will deny access to anyone with conflicts of interest or lack of appropriate clearance. Imagine where all the federal funds are going out and someone has a conflict of interest and has access to those funds and can do something with them. That's a formula for waste. That's a formula that makes sure that money isn't spent wisely, but is spent to accommodate the needs of a special few. And our bill will ensure that Treasury payments can only be accessed by those with proper clearance. Everyone should agree that making the government more efficient and more effective is a good thing. But DOGE's scorched earth policies are dangerous and unlawful. That's their approach. History shows that when this kind of stuff is done in the dark of night with no guardrails by a limited group of people who don't really know the programs they're dealing with, it leads to bad results. If Treasury payments were ever intentionally or even accidentally halted or manipulated, it could paralyze the economy. And DOGE has said they want to cut $2 trillion, $2.5 trillion from the budget. Well, that's going to be massive cuts, done again by people who don't know the programs, don't know the whole extent of what the government is doing. Some of it might be wasteful, get rid of it, but much of it is good and needed. One mistake, and people's Social Security benefits could freeze. One mistake, and disability payments to veterans, loans to small businesses could all be endangered. If DOGE's meddling caused us to default, it could compromise the full faith and credit of the United States. And that would hurt everybody, because interest rates would go up on everything. Cars, homes, you name it. The OMB funding freeze last week was disastrous enough, but a DOGE funding freeze would be far worse if guardrails are totally thrown out the window. And that seems to be what's happening. We don't know any guardrails. Sure haven't been made public. We should talk about reform here in the open, in the halls of Congress, in the public forums of the people's government. That's how it's been done by Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative for centuries. Because we all know, the founding fathers knew, historians know, democracy doesn't work in the shadows. Autocracy does, not democracy. Democracy does not skirt the rule of law. The American people deserve to have a seat at the table when these important decisions are made, but so far, DOGE is operating entirely in the dark. Our legislation would correct it. We're going to do anything and everything we can legislatively to try and get this done. And maybe at some point, we'll get some help from the other side of the aisle if they see how bad DOGE's actions are.
Okay, so it sounds like it is directly Chuck Schumer's fault for the fear-mongering of thinking that DOGE is going to take away your Social Security. Stupid. DOGE is going to cost the price of everything to go up. It's going to increase the interest rate of everything. It's going to take away your Social Security. It's going to hurt your dog. Like, stupid. Out there selling that nonsense. Now we got to worry about if they actually pass that legislation, because that's really going to stifle things. But either way, we got some more DOGE fear-mongering coming up. It's titled Concern Over DOGE Stopping Social Security and Medicare Payments. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. And before we do that, I want to grab these articles really quick since we were just talking about this. We're talking about Soros obtaining radio stations. This is from John Kennedy. We like John Kennedy over here. He is hilarious. This is titled Kennedy Calls for FCC to Review Partisan Decision to Approve Soros-Backed Takeover Over 200 Radio Stations. And then it goes on, to talk about all of that, right? This is what we're talking about. But this article came out yesterday. It says feds investigate Soros-backed radio stations caught broadcasting locations of ICE agents. So like I was just saying, Soros did obtain those radio stations and he was doing bad stuff with it. And in this specific case, he was giving away ICE agents' locations, which obviously puts them in danger and causes problems for mass deportations and stuff. I'm going to see if I can find a video about that topic for tomorrow. That way we can hear a little bit about the details on what exactly he did and what they're doing to stop it, because obviously it's going to interfere with mass deportations. It's also going to put those people in danger. So I'm going to keep that tab pulled up. That way I can remember to grab a video about it so we can watch it tomorrow and learn some more about the Soros radio stations. But either way, like I said, next up we got some fear-mongering to the normies over DOGE. Once again, it's titled Concerns Over DOGE Stopping Social Security and Medicare Payments. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Chuck Schumer, as well as any thoughts about Soros radio stations. Zero, Trump can shut them down, national security. Yeah, we'll see if he does, because it definitely does seem like a threat to national security. Russell Kennedy's awesome. I agree. He is awesome. Russell, DOGE is not freezing Social Security. Yeah, they're just out there peddling that fear. Selling that fear off by the bundle. Thank you so much, Get Some J, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate the support, Get Some J. Thank you so much. Says Alina Haba Haba, I love you fund. Badass. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. I think that George Soros has the FC by the balls. It could be. It could be. Shroomish. Oh, I can't read that out loud, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's too bad that he's liquidating the CIA, but maybe he'll give him one last mission. Joel DeCare, nobody listens to Up Chuck Schumer. Yeah, no, we don't. I know that. The normies might. Appeal to Evan Gitmo for Soros. It should be that way. I don't know why he's allowed to interfere with our country in every kind of way. Elections, propaganda, crowds on demand. I mean, every kind of way. And everybody knows it. They're like, oh, this is a Soros DA. This is a Soros judge. Why is he still free? Like, why is he not considered like a terrorist or the leader of a terrorist organization or something? I don't get why he's allowed to just do all that. Everybody knows he does it, and then nothing bad ever comes his way. Like, where's his accountability at? It's like we lost it somewhere. Kelly Kaku, President Trump promised to bring credit card rates down to 10% and to eliminate daylight savings time, remember, from the campaign. Well, hopefully he does. Yeah, I think we should get rid of daylight savings time. I feel like it's unnecessary. I don't know anybody that knows what it's actually for, and I don't know anybody that actually enjoys it. I don't know what I did, but my eyeball is on fire. Jay Spray, when is Kennedy going to release his comedy special? He should. He should go on tour with Theo Von or something. Kennedy is hilarious. Hair Juicer, Doge drained my car battery in the dark of night. I think I seen him, Hair Juicer. They're trying to cut out my catalytic converter from the Subaru, them bastards. Damn it, Doge. That's how it goes. I'll check it out, Zero. Thank you for letting me know. Snooks, because Soros is so rich, he's untouchable. I guess, but there's got to be people out there that can't be bought. Pumpkin, because he's got the money to burn. Yeah. Everybody's saying money talks. I don't know. That's crazy. Everybody just gets bought like that. I guess that's how you become an elected official. You just be the person everyone wants you to be. And if they want to give you money, then that's even better. I don't know. White guy, the real collusion is between Soros and the Democrats. Absolutely. Harley Davidson, did you find the clip? What clip? What clip are you talking about, Harley Davidson? Cosmic Squirrel, not many can be bought. There's a lot of elected individuals that are, but yeah, I don't think everybody can be. What's up, Demas? Happy freedom to you. Check out images of Schumer's wife. She's the shapeshifter. Holy, I will have to look that up. Well, let me see if we can find something really quick. This can be a boy and a dress in it. Oh my goodness. Its name is Pam, isn't it? I could tell by looking at it. That's a Pam if I ever seen one. Oh, that's rough. That's rough stuff. Yeah. Dang. I wish I wouldn't have looked that up. I wish I never saw that. Dang. Who's taking advice from that guy, you know? I don't know. He likes dudes that dress as chicks. Anyways. What's up, Miss Gen X? Happy freedom to you. Visions, look, it's a Pat. It is. Oh, I said Pam. Yeah, Pat. That's what I was thinking. It's a they, them. Zero my eyes. I'm just saying. Non-woke, that's a handsome gal. You're not wrong. I bet she beats on Chuck, you know, and Chuck doesn't listen. Pow! Straight to the moon, you know. Gives him an old 1-4. Pumpkin, have pity, please. I mean, I don't know. I got grace, but it's, yeah, that was tough. That was tough. What's up, C1? Happy freedom to you. She, white guy, she'll put Chucky in the full Nelson. She might. She gives Jim Jordan a run for his money in wrestling. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Smoking his wife. Here, juicer, non-binary prospector. There's gold in them there hills. Ugh. What is her name? I didn't even catch the name on that. It's Pat. It really is Pat. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward. We got more fear of DOGE. Its title: Concerns over DOGE stopping Social Security and Medicare payments. It's going to eat your food. It's going to steal your kids' lunch money. It's going to beat your dog. It's going to make your Subaru break down. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Elon Musk now has access to a payment system within the Treasury Department containing the personal data of millions of Americans. The Department of Efficiency gained control of what's called the Bureau of Fiscal Service. This comes as the DOGE task force sweeps through the federal bureaucracy, taking aim at programs and employees, one agency at a time. So let's start here. What is the Bureau of Fiscal Service? It's a unit within the Treasury Department that acts as the federal government's checkbook. It controls the flow of nearly 90% of all federal payments, including Social Security checks, IRS tax refunds, and veterans benefits. In fiscal year 2023, the division gave out more than 1 billion payments totaling over $5 trillion, collected more than $5 trillion in federal revenue, and managed an average daily cash flow of more than $200 billion. A lot of money here. Let's bring in CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us on the stream today. Can you tell us more about why Elon Musk's access to this payment system is raising a lot of alarm?
Yeah, so it's kind of two areas. The first, I would say, is there is a concern that this DOGE investigation could lead to the federal government stopping some of these very big payment systems and services. So think things like Social Security and Medicaid. The other concern that people have is just the access to such sensitive personal information. And so that would be things like your social security number, your bank information, right? If you do direct deposit when you get your tax refund check in a couple of months. I will note that CBS News obtained a letter that says the access that DOGE was granted was essentially read-only. And it's very, very similar to when these agencies go through an audit for their systems and their practices and security and all of that. So the pushback is that these concerns that I just mentioned, they aren't really any different than other agencies that have had this type of access in the past. But yes, I think there's just a little bit of concern because DOGE is so new, this process is new, but it is very similar to audit access, we are learning.
Okay. Kelly, let's talk about President Trump's tariffs on China, because it could make cheap fast fashion brands like Temu and also Shein a little bit pricier. So is this the end of that massive haul that some Americans really enjoy buying? Because, again, it's really cheap.
Well, you know, it might be. I still think you'll probably see those massive hauls. They just might be a little bit more expensive. So President Trump closed what they call a loophole. It was called de minimis. And this is actually nearly a century-old loophole. And it allowed packages that were under the value of $800, so that would be a lot of items from Temu and Shein, to enter the United States duty-free. And so
anyways, I was supposed to cut that off, and I got sidetracked. Anyways, fear-mongering over DOGE, saying, you know, Elon and stuff, he's gonna cut all the funding. You're gonna lose your Social Security. You're not gonna get any payments anymore. You ain't gonna be able to go to the doctor. You ain't gonna be able to walk your dog. You ain't gonna be able to spank the monkey. Just fear-mongering. And the normies don't know any different. They're just like, oh, the news said, but the news said. And so they're all turning everybody against Elon and stuff. They're gearing up for a spicy summer. Between the news lying and the Democrats in the streets activating shitheads, we're going to end up having a spicy summer. And those people out there causing problems, they don't even know what they're doing it for. They're all mad about stuff that ain't even happening. Like those people over in California that were protesting, waving Mexican flags. They thought, and they still think, as far as I know, that if you migrated here legally, you're also getting deported. Like there's people on the live stream waving a flag, carrying an iPhone around that cost $2,500 to their parents, bitching that grandma that migrated here 55 years ago is now getting deported because Trump's a mean, mean man. Stupid. These are stupid people out here. Stupid, angry people, which is fairly dangerous. Anyways, next up we got second federal judge puts Trump's birthright citizenship executive order on hold. There's like 22 states, and I think Michigan is one of them, that are standing against President Trump's birthright citizenship stuff coming to an end, right? So if you were born here, your parents are illegal, you don't get to stay here just because you were born here. And 22 states, and now this federal judge is claiming you can't do that. You can't kick these people out just because their parents are illegal, which I don't know. You can't have it both ways. You're either going to bitch about kids in cages or you're going to bitch about the whole family getting kicked out. It's one or the other, but either way, they got to go. They're here illegally. They're criminals just by being here. So they're going to be held accountable. And, well, Democrats are mad about it, of course. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this extra fear-mongering about DOGE. Russell, the news is BS. Yeah, it is. Guess some lip injections. I always miss it. I don't be looking at the reporters. There is one for News Nation. Somebody said that she had earthworm lips, and now I can't unsee it. Like, she looks like she put so much injection crap in her lips that her lips are going to pop out of her face. I don't know. I don't know why people do that to themselves. It looks terrible. Zero, a loop hill? What a dumbass. It's loophole. I don't know. Maybe he was talking about something else. You know, he found himself a loop hill. Zero, access is read only. Caroline Levitt told us that. Yep. There's a lot of stuff out there saying that Elon can view these documents, but he can't do anything to them. And like Chuck Schumer, he's like, oh, he's going to mess it up. He's going to have a typo and it's going to end your benefits. It's like, nah, that's not what's happening. What's up, real Mr. Mac? Happy freedom to you. Jeb, no injections on your lips. It's not a good look. It's not. I don't know why people want to look like blow-up dolls. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but that's exactly what they look like. Metal Mouth, nobody's gonna tell me when I can and cannot spank my monkey. And that's right, we gotta do away with Doge. You're gonna take the molars right out of your head. I mean, it's so stupid, the stuff that they say. Kelly Congo, you caught the loop hill too? They didn't know what they were talking about. They were too busy shaking in their little boots, on their little booties. Jab, God didn't make a mistake with his woman design. I feel the same way. But man, they like to inject shit in their face. It's not just them. I think Matt Gaetz has got it too. I think his whole forehead is all got injections and stuff. And I mean, you know, Matt Gaetz is all right, but I can't help that he's putting injections in his face. Snooks, what is the point of kissing if those big lips can't feel it? Well, I could say the same thing about fake tits. I wasn't trying to bring it up, but yeah, that's the thing. You see fake tits, the nipples look the same as that woman's lips do. Like it's going to pop right off of your body because it can't handle all those injections and crap you put inside yourself. I don't know. Not impressed with fake lips, fake tits, fake anything, fake hair. I'm just not impressed with that. Sorry you hate yourself so much. I don't know what to say. I got gappy teeth. I'm not going to get cosmetic surgery. I'm losing this hair up here. I'm not going to get rescalped. God made me the way I am, and that's just all there is to it. I'm wasting all that damn money to go and have some doctor screw my face up. No, thank you. I got other stuff to spend money on. What's up, Muskie Boss? Thank you for joining us over on the website. Yeah, J-Spray, you're right. Guess I'm cool with fake tits. Ease up, homie. Nah, see, I don't like fake tits, but yeah, to each their own. Russell, at least they don't look like a blow-up sheep. Well, let me see. We got the sheep around here. Just in case. You know, just in case. If your girl's looking blown up, you know, I got something for you. Try the sheep. It bitches less. Well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Mr. Mac, yep. Yep. Sitting here in Michigan. Oh, big booty on that Klaus. Well, what's the news? Oh, you forgot what you can tell me? You be right back? Okay. Appeal to heaven. I look better bald. See, I really don't even worry about the stuff. I knew I was going to be bald my whole damn life. So, it's all good. Oh, Klaus Daniels. Sounding the alarm. Jeb, silicone bumpers may save you in an auto accident. That's true. That's true. You're selling me on that. I might have to go get me some fake tits now that you bring it up. I want bulletproof ones, though. You know, I'm just saying. You ain't got to put a vest on. You just walk around with the bulletproof chest. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Cheeky Chops, you can get surgery to unbald yourself. I did. No, I don't want to spend money on that crap. Tactical Dragon, I know. Hair Juicer sends me all kinds of fun stuff. Where's Diego at? We got Diego too. I don't know if YouTube's going to like this, but you know, we got Diego too. Just in case. Tell you, if you guys aren't a part of the website, you're missing out. There's like a whole part of the live that you guys don't even know about. Live free. Elon is exposing the corruption in the government, like 83 million doll hairs given to the Clintons. Yeah, you're right. And that's why they're all bent out of shape. They don't like all this change going on because their dirty laundry is getting aired out. Wayward, my cousin has a tan girl. He was a big Trumper. Now all of a sudden he's woke. She made him be. Yeah, that's how it goes. Boobs. They just brainwash you. Just change who you are. It happens. Sam, shit, I can't wait to look in the mirror. Well, Sam, we're all not gifted like you. The flying hooligan. Mm-hmm. Is there? Oh, Wad sent him to me. Yeah. Now I remember. Oh, I can't show the other thing. I knew the wind-up toy was from Wad. I wasn't sure about the blow-up stuff. Yeah. I can't show you guys the wind-up toy. Everybody on the site saw it, but yeah, that is too graphic. Kevin, I started going bald at 18. Well, when I was young, my dad was losing his hair, and he was always telling me, like, you know, by the time you're 21, you're gonna look like me. And so I always had dreads and dyed hair and designs shaved in my head and all kinds of stuff. Hair grease. I used to do all kinds of stuff. Spiked hair, comb back. I've done everything with my hair. Afros with highlights. Because I knew one day I was going to lose it. And so I did everything I could, and I did the thing. And now short hair is the way it is. That's all right. It's all right. Guess if time clocks were boobs, guys would never be late. Guys and gals, everybody likes boobs. Babies, girls, boys, everybody's just like, dang. You ever see girls like get a new friend? They're like, oh, your tits are great, blah, blah. And it's like, you don't see dudes doing that. Like, not at all, but everybody loves boobs. So anyways, moving forward here, like I said, this next video is titled Second Federal Judge Puts Trump's Birthright Citizenship Executive Order on Hold. Now these people are just prolonging problems here. Like I said, you can't have it both ways. Either the parents are getting deported and the kids now don't have any guardians, right? So then they end up in the system, foster homes and places like that. Or the whole family gets kicked out. And so there's like there's no happy people in this situation. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get this rolling.
A hearing today in federal court over President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship. Just moments ago, a federal judge ruling against the order.
Now, the dispute is over the interpretation of the Constitution's 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to children born in the United States. ABC's Rena Roy reports.
A federal judge ruling against President Trump, deciding he cannot redefine the meaning of the 14th Amendment to exclude the children of undocumented and temporary status immigrants from birthright citizenship. The judge issuing a preliminary injunction blocking Trump's executive order. Trump signed the executive order to end birthright citizenship just hours into his second term as president.
Birthright. That's a big one.
The order attempts to deny U.S. citizenship to children of undocumented immigrants and also to children of immigrants who are in the country lawfully but only have temporary status. The hearing comes after 5 pregnant undocumented women and 2 nonprofits filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing Trump's order violates the Constitution and multiple federal laws. 22 states and 2 cities also filing a suit to block Trump's order from going into effect.
It's sufficiently clearly unconstitutional according to every reasonable interpretation, according to the text, according to the history, according to the understanding of the framers at the time.
Lawyers for the Department of Justice claiming the order attempts to resolve prior misimpressions of the 14th Amendment. A federal judge in Seattle already temporarily blocked it, Trump vowing to appeal that decision.
On an issue this straightforward, it can't hurt to have lots of federal judges appointed by lots of presidents and confirmed by lots of different senates say the same thing in pretty nearly the same voice. Some constitutional issues are hard. This one's pretty easy.
This issue will likely make it to the Supreme Court. Then the judges will decide whether or not to take up the case. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, like I said, there isn't going to be any happy people in this situation. There's just not. So I don't know why they want to separate everyone, because it's not going to make a difference. It's just not. It's not going to make any kind of difference. These people are going to get deported no matter what. And so you either want them to take their kids with them or you don't. But it's not going to stop anything else. So, like I said, they're just prolonging their problems. And if anything, they're just making it worse. So, I don't know. Mad people going to be mad. That's kind of the theme of today. I should change the title. Anyways, next up we got our last little bit of the news, and we got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. This last little bit of the news is titled Trump Administration Offering CIA Buyouts. Now, I don't know if he's eliminating the CIA, but all of them, every person who's assigned to CIA, they all have the option to take the resignation stuff. You know, we'll pay you till September, you'll get your money and your benefits, but you ain't going to have a job anymore. So it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about people trying to stand in the way of ending birthright citizenship. Zero, illegals are not subject to jurisdiction of the U.S. Kid born to then isn't subject either. Oh, to them, yeah. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom? Yeah, they play stupid over this whole birthright citizenship. Everybody knows that it had to do with ending slavery and that, you know, they would all be treated like citizens and stuff like that. Because they are now, you know what I'm talking about, because history went the way it did, right? That's what it has to do with. They're playing semantics. They're acting like this has to do with illegals, and it doesn't. It doesn't say anything about illegals. It has to do with that specific moment in history that we all, not us, way before we got here, but our country put behind us, right? So they're playing semantics, and if anything, they're just prolonging their own misery. You're either going to take your kids with you or you're not, but you're getting kicked out. So, they need to figure it out. Metal Mouth, they're going to fail miserably trying to delay birthright citizenship and deportations. They are. They're going to make ripping that Band-Aid off take a long time, and they're not going to like it. J Spray, also same people, those laws were written a long time ago. Yeah. Well, and if they try to change the wording on it, then they're going to say that President Trump's changing the Constitution, right? And they're already saying that. They're saying President Trump has suspended the Constitution with all these changes that he's making. They're selling so much fear. Big time. Appeal to heaven. Geez, whining people. I know, they are. Mr. B. New must be a Chicago news station. Let me see. I can't remember who it is.
A hearing today in federal
13 News. Interesting. Says 13 News Now, which is WVEC, is made up of storytellers, innovators, and content creators, and idea generators. Oh, so you guys aren't reporters? You guys aren't journalists? You just make shit up? Well, glad you put that right in your description. Now I can't figure where they're based out of. I'm not seeing any names like that, but they're a bunch of storytellers, so even if they put something up, it'd probably just be a story that they made up. Anyways. And it's ABC News. They're a branch off of ABC. Makes sense. It makes sense when you say it like that. Guess I mean, it didn't look quite like that, but you know, styling. Come on, get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm styling. Somebody's gonna take that and be all mad. They're gonna be like, "You're appropriating something. You're appropriating Q-tips." That's all right. Didn't cry hard for me. Too old to care. That's why they tried to erase history. Yeah, because they want to repeat it. Appeal to heaven. If you're an American, you shouldn't worry about it. Absolutely. Jab, boobs are psychological warfare. It is. It's true. Jab, Trump isn't jumping into any of those things on a whim. All ideas are thought out and his team of lawyers go over it first. Absolutely. He's not like just coming up with ideas on the spot. I'll check it out, Harley Davidson. Thank you for letting me know. And thank you for posting. Agent O, pink catnip. No, Klaus cannot have the pink catnip. I don't care what Diddy says. Catnip in the baby oil? Stop it. What's up, Steve S? Happy freedom to you. Steve S, if you migrated here legally and had a child, then maybe. But if you came here illegally and had a kid, your kid is a non-citizen just like the parents. Yeah, well, if people migrate here, then they're Americans. If they legally migrate here, they are now Americans. So if they shit out kids, those kids are American babies. You know, but if they came here illegally, the problem is they try to act about old stuff. They're like, oh, grandpa and grandma came here illegally, and then mom and dad came here illegally, and then they lived here for 25 years, and then they crapped me out, and now all of a sudden I gotta leave? Yeah, because your parents and grandparents had plenty of time to do something about their legal status, and they didn't. They were on the run, and they crapped you out, and that doesn't make a difference to their status. So there you go. You know, and it all turns into this, it comes down to the same thing. They're going to go, whether they like it or not, because they're here illegal. Do you want to take your kids with you, or you want your kids to go into foster care? Because that's all that's going to happen, you know, and it makes sense for them to take their kids with them. And their kid, who isn't going to want to go, right? They've lived their whole life in America. They're not going to want to go to wherever the hell they came from. Well, that's more incentive to get your legal status set up. It just sucks that it takes so long, but you had all that damn time to work it out. And instead of working it out, you just sat on your ass and did whatever you did and not fix your legal status. And that's like, this is such a easy thing to understand. And those lefties that are mad, they're just choosing to be mad. They could just Google it. They all got iPhones that cost as much as a car. Google the shit, learn, read, look it up. But instead, they see a video or their auntie, whoever told them some nonsense, and now their brain's all mashed potatoes. Stupid. Wayward kids should be with their parents. I agree. I've been in foster care before. It's not a good time. It is not a good time. So no, I think that kids should be with their parents. It's not our fault, and it's not Trump's fault. It's not anybody else's fault that their parents came here illegally. They want to be mad at somebody that their whole family's getting deported. Be mad at their parents. They should have fixed their legal status, you know? Sure, I don't want to pay for their kids. Yeah, that's true too. Appeal to Heaven citizenship courses available. Yep. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you being a good boy? Huh? What? There ain't nothing up there? Are you just checking? Alright, yeah, no, there's no commies in here. You're a good boy. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this is the last little bit of the news, and we got the fun stuff coming up next. This is titled Trump Administration Offering CIA Buyouts. And it just magically happens to be 13 news again. I didn't realize that when I added on the schedule. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube. And let's get this rolling.
The Trump administration is now extending its federal buyout offers to the workforce at the CIA.
Employees at the spy agency are also being given the option to resign with 8 months' pay as Elon Musk continues to target government agencies. ABC's Lionel Moise has the latest.
The CIA is now offering buyouts to its entire staff, the latest move in President Trump's push to downsize the government. It follows a similar offer to civilian federal workers last month. About 20,000 of those workers have now accepted the buyout ahead of tomorrow's deadline, amid reports of mass layoffs to come. ABC News has learned Elon Musk, leading the Department of Government Efficiency, has now moved beds into the executive office building next to the White House, allowing Musk and his staff to sleep there when working late. His staff reportedly includes people as young as 19 years old. President Trump insists they're qualified.
They're very smart people.
Trump also praising Musk.
All right, so they go on to talk about stuff that we've already talked about and covered over the last 2 days. So the rest of that video is just fat. Cut the fat out. Either way, again, I don't really know if they're eliminating the CIA, but they're making it so they're eligible to resign and get their payout till like September or something like that. They'll get their benefits and whatever, but after September, they are now unemployed. Now, the whole staff, as far as I know, was given this notice. So they could all resign and we will no longer have a CIA, or at least we'll have no workers for the CIA. But I haven't heard directly that they are trying to eliminate it. Like the USAID, they shut that down. That was shut down, and then the employees can figure out what they're going to do afterwards. The CIA is not that situation. It's more like what they told the federal workers. You can either start coming to work or you can resign. That's what you got, you know. But the CIA, you can leave. You can leave if you want to. So I assume we'll have some sort of follow-up on the CIA situation. Now, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. I got a package here that was sent to me from Hair Juicer. We're going to open that up and see what's inside. It could literally be anything. And then we're going to open today's day 7, I think, of 12 days of chapstick, and we'll see what kind of chapstick we get today. Then we have 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Ladies Love Conspiracies. And then our official funny video of the day is titled All Boobs Matter. All of this is coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this situation with the CIA. 10 Man, welcome back to the live. Damn, thunder scared the hell out of me and woke me up. Yeah, 10 Man, that's the roughest way to wake up. Wake up thinking you're hearing gunshots. Guess I drove to downtown Dallas today. No one can drive. Everyone in the city is stupid. That's what I learned. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that sometimes. I've never been to Texas, but I've tried to figure out who has the worst driving. Like, everybody drives like shit here in Michigan, but Chicago traffic is a nightmare, and I think Atlanta's a little bit worse. Florida's freeways are up in there too. People just be driving like shit. In Atlanta, they're driving expensive vehicles 90 miles an hour across like 6 or 7 lanes of a single highway with big cement walls on the side. And then in Chicago on the, I can't even think what it's called. It's not, I don't think it's called Seaway. It's called something. Their main highway in Chicago, that's you got the water on the right side and all the city on the left side. That driving over there is messed. I don't even know how people survive that shit. People just merge, no blinkers, just drive however fast. And then it has that bend. And in the bend, everybody just switches lanes right in the middle of the turn. It's a nightmare. I hate driving in those places. Ghostly DC is the mixing bowl is one of the worst on earth. I believe it. Just covering the convoy as long as we did and seeing all the truckers and stuff try to drive in DC, that place looks like a nightmare too. Me too, Metal Mouth. Appeal to Heaven, yeah, they drive like they're in a NASCAR. Yeah, I don't know why. Can't wait to ruin their cars. What's up, Holly? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, the CIA is evil. Hope they do the NSA next. We'll see. Welcome back, Crick Kiss. Happy freedom to you. Plastic Quack, so the CIA will be hiring? I'm not sure. It depends if they're eliminating it or not. I'm not sure what their goal is. I know they want to get rid of the fattened government, but I'm not sure that they're actually eliminating it or if they're going to be hiring soon. Right now, they're in a hiring freeze, though. They're not currently hiring any federal employees for Capitol Hill, as far as I know. That was, I think, where it all began. Holly, what will they do with the FBI? Well, they'll just hire new agents. I don't think they're eliminating the FBI. They just told the FBI you either need to bring your ass to work or you need to resign. You gotta do one or the other, but I don't think they're eliminating it. Ghostly, the CIA stopped all hire, including people already offered a job. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all federal workers are in a hiring freeze right now. Harley Davidson, St. Louis is bad to drive in. I believe it. We got a lot of stupid drivers where I live, but there's hardly any traffic. I mean, if you go at certain times, right? You go at rush hour or like 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock when factories or restaurants usually have people clock in, you're going to see some traffic. But outside of those times, there's no traffic. It's like you got one truck behind you all the way up your ass. And they might pass you on the double yellow line. They might pass you on the shoulder of the road. They might blow past you and then end up in a ditch and then you blow past them. Like every day you got to face this crap. But if you go out at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning and stuff, you don't see anybody. This is like a lot of times I'll be the only one on the road. Jules asked Snowden who to get rid of. Pam Bondi was asked if they would pardon Snowden's crimes, and she said no. She kind of made it sound like she looks at Snowden like a traitor and that she doesn't want any dealings with Snowden, but it's an interesting idea. Slenderella DHS 2, yeah. They need to go through everything and cut the fat out. Hey, thank you for being here, Cosmic Squirrel. Be safe out there. Demas. So if I bring an illegal pregnant woman into your living room and she has her baby in the middle of it, the baby has the rights to be part of that house? I mean, that's what they're trying to say. Here, Juicer, St. Louis ain't that bad to drive in. St. Louis is bad to stop in. Yeah, according to all the videos that I've seen, yeah. I see some truth to that. Alright, hooligans. I think we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got a package we're going to open up. We got an unboxing. Then we're going to open some chapstick. Then we're going to get on to our funny videos of the day. But before we do all of that, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we got here. This is from Hair Juicer. Make sure there's no, what do they call it? Doxing information. It's been a long time. We got Escape from New York. that you hooligans suggested. Threw that on the wish list. What else is in here? We got Tombstone. Again, you hooligans were saying need to watch that. What is this? The Whitest Kids You Know complete series. I have no idea what this is, but look at that cover. This is a little intimidating. I am looking forward to checking this out. It includes every outrageous episode plus hours of bonus features across 10 discs. Holy. Let's see. I think this is the end of it. Let me see here. What we got here? Does it say anything? Nope. Alright, I think this is it. Boom. We got Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, and the secret history of the 60s. Look at that. Badass. What is this? Why did they stick this in here? This is something else. Hold on. Oh my god, there's a secret gift in here. I have to pull it out of the package. That's what that's what she said. It's a whole stack. I found my white privilege. I found it after all these years. Aw, shit. The lefties are going to be pissed about that. Thank you, Hair Juicer. What a badass. I had no idea. It's like it's my birthday. Thank you so much, Hair Juicer. I have to check these movies out. I don't know what we're going to do with these white privilege cards. That is just so good. So good. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward to our 12 days of chapstick. Like I've been saying, Josh 1776 sent me this advent calendar kind of situation. 12 days of chapstick. Today is day 7. And let's see what we get here. What we got? Classic original. I didn't even know there was an original chapstick. This is the first flavor. Classic. Thank you so much, Josh 1776. I am very curious on what that is. Original flavored. I didn't know. I didn't know. Anyways, we're going to move right into our funny videos of the day. Let me get this pulled up really quick here. Can't believe I got my white privilege card. Just, damn, patting myself on the back. Is this it? Ah, this is it. Pretty sure. Now I remember. Alright, first funny video of the day. It looks a little explicit. It's not. It looks that way, though. It's provocative. Anyways, this is titled Ladies Love Conspiracies.
Don't flirt with him. I'm not going to...
Are you trying to have sex with me?
Alex Jones knew. Trying to use that psychological warfare, pulling them titties out. Anyways, getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's see here. Alright, hooligans. Like I said, this is the official funny video of the day. This is titled All Boobs Matter.
I've met a lot of girls with them little bitty boobs. They think that men don't like them, but my dear, that isn't true. We don't really care if they're little or they're small. We're still gonna get excited when you pop them out your bra. It's alright to have little titties. Don't be ashamed of them just because they're itty bitty. They might not bounce and shake like the girls with double D's, but as long as they got nipples, then your boobs are good to me.
Amen. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. Go ahead and drop this Linktree link in all of the chats. And we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Holy, what a day. Alright, hooligans, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday. because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. We're going to read through really quick, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Thank you for being here, Sam. Russell, make titties great again. That's right. J-Spray, drugs are bad. Okay. Yes. J-Spray, have you guys seen the lead singer of Crazy Town lately? He's a total meth head. No. I don't even know who that is. Russell, I like small titties too. All boobs matter. Thank you for being here, Breeze by You. Guess my new favorite song. I know that song's been stuck in my head all day. Zero classic flavor is no flavor? Well, we're gonna find out. I didn't even know there was like an original. Guess I don't think I can read that out loud. That is funny. That is funny. No, there was nothing else in the bag. That's what she said. Never. Just stop. That's not Saturday. Hair Juicer, the book is nuts. Well, I can't wait to read it. Russell, you got to watch Tombstone. I know. I got homework now. Zero, we gave Jeff homework. Yeah, see? Yep. J-Spray, Tombstone's one of the greatest. I'll see if there's a way I can watch it today. I might have to wait till the weekend. Quick kiss. I love the candy cane chapstick they sell at Christmas time. I buy like 30 and give them away when someone has chapped lips. I hate sharing. Yeah, well, I don't share any of my chapstick. Not unless she's real pretty. But yeah, I actually do the same thing with cake batter. You can only get it on Christmas time, and I actually pulled one out of the set there a couple days ago. And I do the same thing. If I come across cake batter, I'll buy everything that's on the shelf. I'll just scoop them all up. Because you can only get them one time a year. Dabs. Original is flavorless and pink. I've never heard her say that before. I don't know. I'm excited to try. I've never had the original. Too old to care. More than a mouthful is a waste. That's what they say around here. What's up, Johnny Detroit? Happy freedom to you. And Dabs, that's a great song. I'm saying. I gotta learn all the words so I can get the jingle out of my head. Sly Dog, Atlanta traffic on a motorcycle is about like Los Angeles. I've done them both. You're brave, Sly Dog. Yeah, that traffic is hardcore in Atlanta. I've never been on the left coast before. Shroomish, that shit's hilarious. The whitest kids you know. I looked up something Hair Juicer told me to look up. And I want to say it was the whitest kids, and it was something like Super Size Me. But instead of eating cheeseburgers, he was like drinking whiskey straight. And he only made it like 10 days. It didn't work out. I watched the whole thing, though. It is pretty funny. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom to you. The cat looks interested. Yeah, Klaus Daniels. He wants the bag. That's what it is. What's up, Hickey James? Happy freedom to you. Bubblegum flavored? I haven't come across bubblegum flavored yet. Gen X, that's some strong coffee today. I know. We're going off today. Teasel, that's what I told her. I was there. I was holding the camera. What's up, Rune? Happy freedom to you. What's up, artists? Happy freedom to you. Wayward, I have a white privilege edition PS5. That is hilarious. I can't believe that stack of stuff. Here, Juicer, you're awesome. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. We're going to get these beats rolling. We're going to read through them one last time, but we are wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. And then, of course, we will be keeping up with President Trump's public schedule. So if he goes live, I will do my best to make sure we go live as well. I'm trying to think. I think that's everything. We're going to read through the chat really quick and we're wrapping it up. Thank you for being here, Hair Juicer. And thank you for sending me all the gifts. Zero. That's hilarious. Jay Spray, I can't read half the stuff you say out loud. Not till Saturday. But you're right, though. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Thank you, Tony Rich. Teasel Klaus stick flavored? No. We ain't doing that. Klaus on a stick was bad enough. Thank you, Wayward. Appreciate you. Thank you, Matt Rogers. Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you so much for the support. It says, excellent job. Hugs and love. Buy a snack. Thank you, Cricket Kiss. All right, hooligans, I think we are good to go. Just double checking here. Yes. All right, like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. But if we have a press briefing or President Trump has more EOs or whatever may happen, if the White House goes live, I will do my best to make sure we go live as well. Now, I'm going to look at the calendar, whatever it is, the public schedule for President Trump really quick, because the last time we did Coffee with Hooligans, I thought we were done for the day. It was like 40 minutes later they went live and we were scrambling to go live. I think it was the live with Netanyahu. So either way, I'm going to double check really quick, just in case we have another live today, but I don't think so. And for some reason, this website never wants to load. They really need to fix the stuff on the White House website so I don't have to go to this roll call crap. Come on, thing, load. You can give me a hard time right now? All right. We're going to take a gander really quick and we're wrapping her up. What time is it? 6:50. President Trump's day ended at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I think we're done for the day. But make sure you find your way back to us tomorrow, because we'll be live again with lives as well as Coffee with Hooligans. Thank you guys so much for being here, dealing with my crap, hanging out with my cat, opening fun stuff, and covering so much news, as well as President Trump live. You guys are great hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Make sure you find your way back to me tomorrow and go enjoy the rest of your day. But be safe. Those crazies that are out there, and well, they're pretty mad. Either way, huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.